Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast. Man United podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast, where unfortunately we're going to have to relive and discuss Liverpool's 3-0 win at Old Trafford. But on the Liverpool side of things, is the Liverpool title charge on? After that win at Old Trafford, it is 9 points from 9. It all seems rosy on the red side of Merseyside. So we'll be discussing that in regards to Manchester United. Usual nonsense, usual buffoonery, usual circus going on that is happening in international break. Is the manager good enough? We're having this debate literally at the start of September. That tells you all you need to know, people. The fact that there's a debate about the manager and he's in his third season tells you all you need to know. All this nonsense about Ineos, Ten Hag having to impress Ineos with his playing style, and they're looking for vast improvements. I seen a tweet today, don't know how true it is, about the source, but he's got I believe his next 4 Premier League games to prove to them, and it's like, all right, whatever, man. Like, I had my doubts about Ineos from the jump, and there's a reason for that, and it's all being proven right. However, I do have to give Ineos props in regards to the transfer window. So we'll be discussing all those things, but please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United or Liverpool related. Please run up the likes though. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Please share across all the socials as well. And that's me flawless at Sarcasm City TV. And that's at Sarcasm City TV. And that's me flawless. Where's the nickname banner? What's going on? Why has it disappeared? Make sure you follow the Sarcasm City TV playback as well. And just as important, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. There it is. Follow Sarcasm City TV on playback. But subscribe here. Road to 13,000 subscribers. Big up to everyone in the chat already. Big up Barrio. I see you, my Don. Big up Enz, who's here smiling in the background as I was talking about Liverpool and Manchester United. That's how much you're a mess. Or Liverpool fans just smiling about it. And to Dad's game, and who says you should bring on Hassam. Absolutely. But I'm not bringing on Hassam after Liverpool beating Manchester United. Hell, life is too short. Hell no. But shout out to my guy Hassam each and every time. Big up Ty as well. Barrio, Mr. Link, big up to you. So let me welcome to the show. We were just having a conversation before the live. So interesting to hear his thoughts, because we haven't spoke since before all the Zubimendi news broke. So that's how long he's not been here. Man like Enz is in the building. Yes, Enz, what are you telling me, man? You good?
No, I'm chilling with my boy, owner of Manchester United. Mo Salah still, but no, I'm good, bro. Appreciate the invite. Happy to be here on this blessed day or blessed night, and big up to the chat, man. There's going to be a good conversation still.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great conversation. But we'll start there with that game and the man behind you, Mohamed Salah, who was the difference maker in the game. Obviously, set up the first 2 goals and then went on to score the third. So I don't know what, because we didn't speak before the game, so I don't even know what your thoughts were before the game, but thoughts on the game overall, and you must be over the moon. It couldn't have went much better.
Do you know what? Before the game, when I did the preview, I think I've done 4-1. I think it was 3-1. I gave you guys a goal because I thought there's no way we're going to get another clean sheet. I saw we played each other in pre-season, and I know that's pre-season, and a lot of people don't like to look at that, but I like to analyze those kind of games, seeing what you guys are going to do, patterns of play. And I was like, okay, you got some players on a good day, you could probably score a goal or not. And obviously, we're still learning the Arne Slot way in terms of how we want to defend, how we want to progress the ball and stuff like that. So I gave you guys a goal. Watching the game, bro, it was
hella disrespect for Eddie. It's crazy the way he introed it. Yeah, it was crazy. Shout out to my guy Eddie, though, every single time.
No, so watching the game, there was not a debate. It was more discussions around how much of the game did Man United really have. We looked at the stats wise and we're like, okay, Man United had more possession, didn't really do much with it. Apart from the first moment when Rashford went past Trent, and you know what I mean, apart from that, bro, like if I'm going to be honest, you man offered nothing, but like at no point in the game did I go, bro, mad worried, bro. And it reminded me of when we were at our peak and where I could go and make a drink and come back, or you could go and cook food while, because you know once you score, you're like, yes, that game's wrapped up.
Especially against this Manchester United side, but hey,
but to be fair, last season you guys did make it difficult for us. The Anfield one, we should have definitely beaten you guys. But the FA Cup game, you guys played your part and, you know, whether you deserve to win it or not, that's up in the air for both sets of fans to decide who should deserve to win it on the day. You guys did. You scored more goals. I can't even knock it. But I can always tell, man, when Liverpool are on it, yeah, we're a difficult side to beat, man. And it was to show, man, we were clinical. I think Diaz had 2 chances in the game and scored both. Mo was, you know what I mean, doing what Mo normally does against Manchester United, which is cooked, bro. For some reason, he don't like you, man, bro. He's most goals against you. I think it's 12 now.
Yeah, home and away. Yeah, he's a problem. When it comes to him from an individual standpoint against us, yeah, he's just got a great record against us. He really does. It's crazy.
But like overall, man, I think Man United, a lot of people are going to blame Casemiro, and I get it. Obviously, he's part to play. I just think your midfield in general, and then you have 2 new, deputies in terms of defensive wise. You got De Ligt and remind me of your guy on the right back, Mazzarri. So you had them 2 kind of coming in as well. And that whenever you make those kind of changes, you're not going to get what you want. From a defensive standpoint, there's going to be mistakes. Them trying to understand what the new manager wants. I know obviously one of them played under him, or maybe both. So there was always going to be mistakes, man. But yeah, Mano and them man there, bro, this ain't the type of game for them, man. Still, them man there, yeah, they have to go back to the drawing board, man. Bruno doing Bruno as always. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that.
Bruno just doing Bruno.
I'm glad you said, because I've said that repeatedly, time and time again, when people ask, how do you think he played? Bruno's
doing, like, Bruno can give you a game where he will score an assist and just be unplayable in the game, just picking up mad positions. And then Bruno can have a game where like he's not even there, bro. He doesn't exist. He's just
the former in a minute. Yeah, the former in a minute.
Rashford was doing the same thing, but from our midfield standpoint, Gravenberch, bro, that was a performance and a half. This man was right. Even a couple of turns that he gave the man them in midfield, bro, they were disgusting. Little half turns, open up, receive, and then just left man for dead with the running. Oh, bro, it's a long day. Sobo covering ground, doing the work rate stuff, and then McAllister just went around just winning tackles and keeping it simple, bro. And even with that, a lot of the Liverpool were, from some of the side I've spoken to, they've just said, like, bro, they didn't even think McAllister even had a good game like that. It was just all right. Second half, he was better, but he was just all right.
You don't have to be good.
And then Jota, De Ligt had Jota on lock as well. I can't even lie. Jota didn't play well in that game, but didn't need to. We just needed to be clinical, man, and that's what we was on the day, man. But hey, man, listen, we have conversation with the owners, and Mo and me are brethrens now. From last season, we weren't brethrens, we weren't tight.
You brethrens now? You brethrens now? Yeah,
we're brethrens again, bro. I spoke to him still. Just a contract thing now. We need to.
Brethrens again. Big up everyone in the chat. We got G in the building as well. Yeah, G, your thoughts on the game? These man smiling, it makes me sick.
Bro, it was
smile so much, man. This is what that's deserved.
No, honestly, bro. me and Enz were chatting, like, when we did a stream earlier, we were talking after it, and be real, like, it was just easy, bro. Like, it wasn't a tough game. I felt like Ipswich was a tougher game than this. I didn't feel, obviously I didn't hear everything that Enz said, but that last bit that I just caught there, yeah, I agree with all of it. Like, I don't know, man. When I watched, like, obviously, especially after a big game, right? I was just checking out the Manchester United fan channels and stuff like that. It seemed like all of you guys, not you yourself, but like everyone else, they were just having emergency meetings, therapy sessions. I was just laughing because I was like, the thing is, what can you do after 3 games? Obviously, I know you guys are going to say this has been going on for time, etc. Of course, and I don't know, obviously, of all of that inside out, right? But it's the 3rd game of the season, and that's the level of performance you put in. You can lose a game. Everybody loses game. I've seen Madrid lose games. I've seen prime Barca lose to Espanyol with Messi and everyone else in the team. So I promise you, people could lose games, right? There's just a way that you can't lose games, and I feel like people will probably point to like at the first, maybe like the first 10, 12 minutes of the game was even. And when I say even, it was just you guys were hyped, you were amped up, it's a derby. And then after that misplaced pass from Casemiro, it just went downhill. And my thing with the whole game was that it's not even so much that you lost, it's I'm looking at the supposed leaders in your team, right? Fernandez is obviously your captain. Maguire, who's obviously the ex-captain. You've got De Ligt, obviously, who's supposed to be.
Say that again.
Like,
You said that the leaders run that back from the top. Say that again, family.
Hey, I'm just picking the play. Okay.
Nah, say that again. I don't think everyone heard. That's for louder for people in the back. Our supposed leaders going. Say that again. I think that's a great point.
You got the captain, Bruno Fernandes. You got the ex-captain in Harry Maguire. You got De Ligt. Obviously, he just comes, so you know what I mean. It is what it is. I mean, I can leave him to the side, and what N said about him is true. Who else is on the pitch as well? Rashford. He has you can't be anything but a leader. Since you've been at the club this long, you have to be one of the leaders. In the team. Casemiro, and I see what his wife was trying to do in terms of showing up. Yeah, that's all cute, but when your man's getting dragged and passed around the pitch, that's all. Leave that for another day. Yeah, I mean, flex on another day. You feel me? But I just think that's what killed the game for you lot the most, was that I'm looking at the leaders in the team, and it was what's his name? Collier.
Collier came on. Yeah.
He came on and showed some type of fight. Like he weren't. Oh yeah, he didn't play whatever, blah blah blah. But he showed fight at least effort. Yeah, effort. And obviously you're losing 3-0, okay, fairs, but just show something. So at least man isn't going to walk away from the game and sit there thinking, oh, these man didn't even track, bro. Like I said, after that first goal, it's all everyone's head just went down. And I was sitting there thinking, you wouldn't think that they've got a few players in this team who have done things in their career. Like you wouldn't think that. You would just think that these are just any guys that Brentford have just picked up. And even Brentford was a tougher game. You know, I'm trying to say, like,
even they give you a game. 100%.
Yeah, and for me, listen, like I said, and I try to not be too disrespectful, but like I said, Ipswich was all.
Now you need to be like, say it openly, like you would if it was a United fan you're talking to that you dislike. Because when I say it's like United fans don't hear it. So the reason why at ends look at his background and you man are happy and smug about, because it's like maybe United fans will hear it better from you two rather than me. But it's like hear how the ups talking about the game was easy. The fans are saying it was easy. Players are coming out saying it was easy. You couldn't believe how easy it was.
Mo said it was easy, bro. He said it should have been 5 and 6.
But then people will tell me I should believe in this, and I'm negative, and I should be positive. And then the players are coming out and saying this. But go on, as you were.
Like the thing is, I like I said, I'm just looking around more so. I must say hashtags. I'm just more looking around at like I said, in games like this, right? And obviously and I know some fans will point to last season. Like, hey, last season you done us. Hey, you did your thing last season. Man ain't gonna complain that like it's gone now, innit? But it's more often than not in these kind of games, the way you perform, that's what killed it for you. It isn't the fact that you lost. Like losing it, like I feel like people need to get over that. That you lost, whatever, it happens. It's the way that you lost the game, bro. With the players and how they performed, like parts of that game, Liverpool shouldn't have been in a position whereby they're just olaying, the crowd's doing olays in
60 minutes,
in a 60 minutes. Rondo sessions in the corner. And these times it's and what do you say ends? And like Salah was saying, yeah, it should have been 4, 5s, and 6s. Like I don't even remember a time when a team players ever come out after the game and really said those kind of things in a big game like this. Usually it's you know what it's like. You come to Old Trafford, it's a tough game. The crowd on your back, blah blah blah. That's the kind of things you should say, right? Not come out of the game thinking, bro, we should have bagged like at least 3 more, at least. Like if anything, them man walked away disappointed. Like we should have slapped them like 7-0 again. So yeah, man. Listen, United fans, that's on you. If you want to believe in what you're doing, hey, that's on you, bro. You've been here for 2 years, so you guys can pattern that yourselves. But yeah, us as other teams, Brentford, Brighton beat you guys. I know it's last minute, but you still lost to Brighton. You've now lost to Liverpool. You just about scraped past Fulham in that first game, even though there was good parts within that game, but you still just about kind of made it through. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You mentioned a lot of like valid points in there, as did Ends as well. And I love to sit here and like fight back and push back on what you man are saying, but man can't. You know what I'm saying? Ends over there like Picasso with how many pictures he's got. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Art Gallery over there, different picture for every moment. But enjoy. But if you mentioned it, United fans, and you said there emergency meetings and therapy and all this stuff. What that I don't actually know. I do understand. because I spoke on it on this show. I spoke on it on every show on my on this platform, every other platform I've been on. This team is not good. People believed this team was good. Newcastle, because we hadn't played for so long and we made some signings and we actually did well in the window, but I don't think people realized how far away we was. In regards to the attack, Enz mentioned it, how he never thought we was going to score. The only way we was winning this game was 1-0. It's the only way we was winning this game. We don't create, we don't score, and I've said this for the long. This is why, as much as I'm disappointed and annoyed about the result, I'm shocked by it. No, the performance was disappointing, yeah, because there's a way to lose matches. And then I gave up. That was the worst part about it. Worse than actually losing the game 3-0 was the fact that I'm watching and I'm like, oh, you man chucked it in. 100%. You man chucked, and they say the team is a mirror image of the manager. And this is game week 3. That's not game week. That's not over after a long season and Manchester United ain't got nothing to fight for. At 1-0, you're still in the game. Even if the other team is miles better and performing, but even at 2-0, you get one back, the crowd gets up for it. But these man gave up to the point where it should have been and could have been more. But
it's funny because the man in the group was saying, I remember the man was saying, at 2-0, like they would like a third goal, right? Because as you know, 2-0 scoreline, you never really know. I'll keep it a buck. When it got to 2-0 and them lot said that, I was like, I don't feel like we need another goal. Like I feel like this game is already finished by that 2-0. But if anything, the 2 was just more in case you get that one chance, you know them kind of weird ones, one chance he scores last minute. Yeah, that it was just more for that sake, more than I felt like we needed to score. That was more for me how the game kind of panned out, was that I didn't feel like Liverpool, we beat you 7-0 that time ago. That was those kind of victories. To me, this game was exactly the same in terms of the performance you put in my personal opinion, had to have felt the same way as a 7-0 loss, purely because the way that it actually happened, as you just said, from when you're watching the game and you're seeing your players and they chucked it in, you should never say that about your team, bro. That doesn't make sense.
Never should do that. Never mind at home to Liverpool.
Exactly.
So I go down fighting. If we lose the game, we lose the game. We say, all right, they're better. But the fact that we didn't even attempt to do any attempt, that's my we didn't. If it's a boxing bout, yeah, we losing on the scorecards, but we didn't even attempt to knock you out. We didn't throw no punches. We didn't even attempt, even though we got no punching power, we didn't even attempt to catch man with a lucky shot. Say again.
You couldn't, bro. You tried, bro. Then
we didn't try. We didn't try.
I don't even think, man. You know what it is? I think
we didn't try. No, at no point. Rashford not even taking on his man. That's not trying.
First couple of minutes he did.
First couple of minutes we was there because the crowd's up for it, is rocking, yes. But then when from the first two goals, that was it.
I promise you, from about 15 minutes into the game, I forgot Rashford was playing. It felt like Dallo was the only one playing on that side of the
That's pitch. Been Rashford for about 14 months now.
And then when we was talking about it, I can't remember if it might have been G's stream or it might have been mine. And was talking, someone jumped in the stream and was like, oh yeah, you man are disrespecting Rashford too much. Did you not see that he created 2 big chances? I'm like, bro, but he wasn't in the game. Like I chose not to answer it. In my mind, I'm like, should I just
sometimes
this guy, bro, what are you talking about?
Sometimes you don't. Shout out to Double A because he responded to that. Because on Saeed's channel, shout out to Matt, somebody mentioned that he created quote unquote 2 big chances and Double A just lost it. He absolutely lost this shit, and rightfully so. He was right. Like, it was funny because of how he answered it. But what he said was spot. First and foremost, the Xerxes, the first one was a tough chance. That's not an easy chance.
You have to generate all the power on the header.
How much Haaland at West Ham missed the easier header? Like, what are we doing here? The second one, should he have scored? Yes. But why are we relying on one chance at 3-0 down? Like, boy.
3-0 down with like 15 minutes to go. It's like,
it's crazy.
You know, one question, a big Ryan, by the way. Before Ryan kind of goes, man. What I wanted to know was, what do you do with Rashford? Because I feel like you're in a space right now, or he's in a space, or the club's in a space, He's obviously one of your own. He came through, lit it up when he came through, 100%. Then he was on this kind of trajectory. England call-ups, one of England's better players, all of that kind of good stuff, right? Everything was going this way. Then we got to the point where, let's say he reached the top, like in terms of for Manchester United career, right? He reached the top, main man. he was the guy, you know, that like he changed his number and all these kind of, you know, things, right? He's done all of that stuff. Calm, no worries. And I even said big up to Rashford because he's doing his thing at this current moment in time. Go away to PSG, man, scoring goals, all of that, doing all of that kind of good stuff. In the last 3 seasons, I would say, been about 3 seasons, I would say, this guy has just fallen off a cliff. Yep. What the hell do you do with a player like this? Like, you as a fan, how do you look at it?
Can I add a question to it as well? Can I say, is it the coaching or is it the player?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Is Rashford in the worst environment? Absolutely. Under his manager, the players around him. But that's not an excuse for some of the things you see. Like, for example, I mentioned it. You mentioned about him not trying. You're one-on-one with Konate. Is that a player you really want to be one-on-one with? No. But push the ball past him and run. If he tackles you, he tackles you. Worst case scenario, he tackles you. That's the worst thing that can happen. He tackles you. He takes the ball off you. All right, cool. You literally passed it up. That's why I'm talking about pulling punches. Do you go past Konate? Probably not. Konate probably one of the best when it comes to just one-on-one defenders with space in behind. Is probably one of the best. But you still attempt to do it. Because the thing, one thing Rashford can do is run. That's as limited as you are. You can run. You might knock it past him. He slips. You knock it past him. He mistimes the tackle, and then you're one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But again, that ties in because you know who would have tried that. Even though he wouldn't have got past, Garnacho would have tried it. Garnacho's super limited. But Garnacho would have tried it.
To be fair, Garnacho's on the other side getting locked up.
No, he's on the other side. No, he got locked up, but I'm just saying the point that Garnacho would have attempted to. The reason why I don't criticize Garnacho heavily because there's never a lack of effort from him. It's just a lack of ability. I understand you're limited, in particular starting. You're best off the bench. So when I see you start, I know what I'm going to get. He's like a worse version of Trossard. Like Trossard don't play too well when he plays for Arsenal when he starts. I know he misunderstood. Trossard's miles better than Garnacho. You see a better the only way you see a better Garnacho, and that's how even this season we've seen a better Garnacho was him off the bench. Came off the bench in the first 2 league games, came off the bench in the Community Shield, and had some form of impact because you know what he does? He's just a willing runner. And when you're a willing runner with a little bit of acceleration, you will get joy in this league. But again, that's when I talk about players not trying. So with Rashford, it's on both. Because you was in a terrible environment the season you bagged. I think you got 25. I think it was like 25 GNA across. Or it might have been. Nah, I think it was 30. You got 30 GNA. I think it was 30 plus. And you was in a horrible team in terms of offense. You was the only thing we had offensively. Nobody else, I don't even think, got double figures that season in the league in terms of goals. Actually, not Bruno, but that was penalties. So you're the only person who got double figures, non-penalty goals. So I'm not hearing that excuse when you've been in worse outfits and still perform because you can run. You can run. Big up Tom Little in the chat as well. So yeah, in regards to Rashford, what do you do with him? It's on the manager. The manager's already set his stance and said, I'm going to play. He said it last season. I'm going to play him regardless. So Rashford's here to stay. What do? Leave him out of the squad. But
I would have left him out as well. If not, you just get rid of him now if he's not.
You should have. The manager set his stall out and said legit. He said verbatim, I'm going to play him regardless.
Because Ahmad and Garnacho are the better options, I think even Bruno would prefer to play with them because they give options, they move, they try and run in behind. But Rashford ain't on none of that today, bro. He's just chilling, relaxing. Little touch here, pass it off.
Yeah, hologram out there. It's like playing with 10 men.
Bro, I saw that move that you said, Jay. They played it to him. He looked up and he went, let me take these men on. They realized there was about 5 of them running in. He said, nah, turn back.
No, and that again, that's not a coaching issue. That's not a system. That's not tactics. That's just you not willing to, because like I said, you put Garnacho in that same scenario. He's taking on the player. Yeah. Would he lose the ball? More than likely. But I'll forgive that. If you're a final third player, try things. What do you have to lose at that point? And that's where it's at with him. And he's been that way all last season. He was like that. That's why when people are talking about him getting remontada and getting goals and all this, like him, he's going to get 15 league. Where?
Sorry, you got Rasmus coming back, man.
We got Rasmus coming back. People are like, yeah, he's going to get no, he's not. Been saying this, having the U-turn, especially after this game, but more so this game, the Brighton game, partly, even the Fulham game. The U-turn I've seen from the fan base is crazy. U-turn has been
the match-going fans are getting onto him, bro. That's
when you know it's done. Yeah, that's when you know it's bad. because the Manchester United supporters there, like they rarely boo. So the fact that they're booing decisions is like.
Did they do half time as well?
I'm not sure. My
no, I thought we were talking just about Rashford, aren't we?
No, but he's asking if they booed in
general.
They might have.
Was that half
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask. No one mentioned who went. Like none of the match who was there mentioned that they booed at halftime because they don't really.
No,
do
on
that.
the TV, I heard I think I heard a few boos, but it weren't like loud. But I think I heard some like boos. Yeah.
Honestly, you just need to get rid. You just need to get rid of this manager, bro. Like,
no, you don't,
this
bro.
guy.
Where's Man United?
Bro, don't. It's all right, man. Like,
you know where we are.
No.
You're not going on the backdrop. Ends, you need to get. Are you slacking? Why you not going on the backdrop?
No, I need to check.
You screenshot, man. Get on the backdrop. This guy a joke, man. This guy.
Nah, but
the table. This guy.
Like, honestly, bro. Like, listen. Maybe I'll start tuning in some like outside of yours, but obviously, I know what you think in terms of how you see the team. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to see what everyone else in terms of the other side of it, because sometimes I sit there and think there's obviously you can look at a team, right? Like Brighton. Let's use Brighton, right? Under De Zerbi. You can look at like the way that you can look at the way that they obviously play, right? When they were under De Zerbi, and they're not going to win the league. They're not going to challenge for anything of that kind of note. They're just going to obviously try, do their best, see how high they can obviously get up in the league. Even when they were doing, not so great last season. But there's at least, at bare minimum, whether you like it or hate it, there is a style of play from the team. We've been here, Ten Hag has been here now, going into his 3rd season. And when I ask people, what is your style of play? Like in general, not just one-off games.
He's not been back, G, though. He needs his players. He's not been back.
Yeah, but you see, this is where, you know why that's mad, yeah? Because, and I'm not saying, by the way, that every manager has to do this, because that's not a rule and I've seen it work. But it's weird, yeah, how you can say that, or people have said that. But Donny's then bought players that he's fully worked with at previous clubs. And I'm just like, but you worked with these guys. And so how's the team still shit? And let's not act like Manchester United, let's take the bias out of it for 2 seconds. I'm not gonna sit and say, man, United got some shit team, bro. Like they don't have a shit, I don't look at that team and think, oh, this team is whack. No, I don't. They've got good players in that team. But boy, you look at this team and the way that you lot play under this manager. And I think, and just lastly before I let everyone else go, what takes the biscuit is your manager doesn't know how to read the room sometimes, bro. I feel like there's something wrong with him at times when he does.
He's not Harry Potter, G. That's what he said. He's not Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. I'm like, brother, I don't know what movies you and your kids have been watching recently. This was not the time for that analogy. How about you just focus on the fact that your team got outplayed?
Oh, is Harry Potter? Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, they're all on Netflix.
Oh,
they're all on Netflix. Yeah.
It's Harry Potter. It's a bad analogy. You know why? Because Harry Potter be doing great stuff with minimal resources and that. Man, talk about minimal resources. Minimal resources.
Bro, man, he lived him as a baby, bro.
Like him, bro.
Man had no parents. You know what I'm saying? His uncle hated him. His cousin was bullying him. He was just on his case. And this guy, minimal resources, took on a wizard that people didn't even mention his name. You know what I'm saying? You know how much fear that strikes? That people were like, yo, we missed about name. And he was a teenager doing this. What are we talking about?
How about his best friend was broke? And his other one was a mudblood. Bro, this brother came with he came with bare problems, and he was able to defeat he who must not be named, bro. So that was such a dumb analogy. Like when he used it, I was like, bro, but he worked magic. You're not working anything. So honestly,
the guy had Horcruxes as well. He actually had credit in the bank. He had credit in the bank as well. Man had Horcruxes.
I didn't even know he was a wizard till he was 12, 13. That's the craziest part. It's not even like he grew up on it. He didn't even grow up a wizard.
Stick to the plan. The manager said, stick to the plan.
Is that what he said?
I don't know. I sent you.
Is that what he said?
I sent you a video still in the group there. So have a look at that one. All he says ever is stick to the plan, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got no time. Like I said, I only know what Ten Hag says in pre-match and post-match interviews because people in the chat. I haven't watched it, and he says, and I'm just like, yo, this guy, you just make it worse, and it's why it's no coincidence you manage the way you manage.
Yeah, so true.
Go on. Can I ask a simple question? Do you think changing him that dramatically changes where you guys are.
Yes.
The club.
Yes. Dramatically changes because we going down the staircase. We falling down a never-ending staircase. That's where we are. It's a never-ending flight of stairs. That's what we are currently falling down. You know the Simpsons episode where Homer's just falling down the cliff. That's us right now, and the cliff just seems never ending. Like that's legit where it is. G mentioned it. Is the team that bad? No. As much as I'm critical of these players, is the team as bad as it looks? No. Is it a Premier League, Champions League winning team? Hell no. Is it a team that's good enough to go compete and win? Well, it's won domestic cups. Can it go win the Europa League? Absolutely. Can it finish in the top 4? You've done it. This manager's done that. So is it capable of these things and looking like a cohesive unit, both defensively and going forward? Absolutely. Under this manager, though, no. Not in the slightest. Because I've said I like the window we had. The window we had was good. But because we were so far away, we still needed so much more. And we're relying solely on individual quality. Because these players there's no system to rely on. So we're relying on, we will go as far and play as well as the individual players in said game or over the season, should I say. And that's just what it is. That's why when people talk, I go back to it, frontline, goals. Kept mentioning this consistently. Over and over and over again.
How many did the person say, by the way? Remember, it was on the stream and the person
said. Yeah, man said 88 league goals, 90 league goals, 85 league goals, 80 league goals, 75. Shout out to Vader, he trying to tell me 70. 70, shout out to Trap, 75 to 85. No. If we crack 60, we had a phenomenal season.
What's your goal thing at the moment?
Well, how many goals?
Plus or minus? So you plus or minus?
No, you check the table. Don't ask me no questions.
They definitely have to be in the minus.
Now we're in the minus, of course. And we go remain in the minus.
They're like -3.
Yeah, we go remain.
I don't support Man United, bro. I don't.
Sure. Sure.
Can't ask questions, bro.
You can ask questions. Yeah, and you can ask questions, and I can give you answers. There you go. You can go check it yourself. You joke, man. This guy, I'm saying. You can check type in Premier League table in Google, and that's what it is. You was there when people was talking about this and looking at me like I'm crazy. My streams I was on all summer long, and people were like, "Why are you negative? We're gonna do this, that, and the third. We can finish third. We can finish fourth. 75 league goals, 8. No, because I can take my emotion and bias aside and love for my football club and just look at it clear cut. More so because of the players we have and the manager's still in charge. Now, if we had a different manager. Whole different tune. Had a different manager, whole different tune. Right now, we can't go get anyone. I just have Rude as the interim, just to give the place.
You wouldn't give Tuchel?
No, I wouldn't.
You know what it is though. You see with this whole manager thing, yeah, it's not important who you would get. I don't think that's the important part. It's just the sheer fact that you're just going to get someone else anyway. I feel like you see when we asked that question, like you asked him there, obviously Fairs, yeah. But I don't think it's
big up
because. Yeah, big up, let's man. I like because that's like us lot when we was getting in slot. I ain't sitting here gonna be like, yeah, he's my first choice. He wasn't even my 5th choice or my 10th choice. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So obviously it just worked out, but clearly there was work done behind the scenes in order to get this guy, and this is the perfect guy. Well, the guy that they wanted, right, for what they were trying to do. How that ends up with Slot, we have no idea. We just have to wait and see. Starts good. Let's just see. With you lot though, I'm just like, brother, I promise you. You're changing behind the scenes. Obviously, Ineos, as you said, you like the window that you just had. It's just the manager is obviously still here. They need to get rid of that. Like, get rid of that. And then, because I feel like if that then doesn't work, I mean, then you really are having to start really from the bottom. Like, okay, we're going to have to rip this shit up and just completely just start from scratch. But you haven't even tried that part yet. And I think that's what's killing it at the moment is that you're getting fans, and I don't know your match-going fans in terms of what they think, but social media is a massive part, man, to anything in life, man. So when I'm seeing the kind of discourse in and around certain players, man, I'm seeing man talking about Lisandro Martinez saying, yeah, bro, he's dead. He's just some...
Yeah, that's crazy. That's dead. That's crazy.
But this is what happens when your team is playing badly. You just start picking on just... Bro, you just start picking on anyone. Yeah, you're just like, bro, like, he's shit, man. Get him out of the team. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, it's difficult because it's only game week 3. And like I said, we ain't got a clue how the end of this season is going to look like. And I think it's going to be...
We know what it's going to look like for United. We know that much. Everyone else, you can kind of say something there.
Flawless, I've done the research now. I didn't know. I was just looking.
Look at you, man, innit? Look at you do research above and beyond for the show. I appreciate it, man.
Bro, I didn't know. You said you didn't know, so I went and did the research.
Nah, I know. You know what I'm saying? I'll just tell you to go look. Of course I knew. I'm fully
doing
aware.
the
Because I
research.
got people like you who are going to remind me at every given opportunity. So, yeah, I'm fully
No, I'm just looking at the table and you get, hold on, I need to scroll. One second.
Yeah, scroll. You got to
Sorry,
remove
I
cookies.
thought I had you.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go. 14. That's all right. Respectable, I guess.
Just guys,
One win, 2 losses. You scored 2 goals.
Yeah, we scored 2 and 3,
I
man.
thought
So we on roll to 80. We're on roll to 90 or 88
You've
or 80.
conceded 5. So you're on
Yeah.
you're minus
They
3.
scored 2 and 3, and one of them was a deflected goal.
Wow. But hey, this is the team that's going to get on bag all these goals.
You're on the same
And-
points as West Ham and these guys.
And with the manager thing as well, like that's what it is. That's personally what I would do. It's like you get rid of the manager, just have Rudes there, have him as interim, and then that gives you ample time to then go and get who you want. But I don't trust any else. In the managerial side of things, I don't trust him. Said this. As much as I like transfer window side wise, cool. No complaints. Incomings, outgoings, most money Manchester United have ever made, played out a lot of players. That's good. However, when it comes to the managerial too cool, nah. Bad idea. And he's the complete, and if we're talking style, he's the complete different style to Ten Hag. So why did you interview him to get the job? That don't mix.
Is he sacked by October then?
No, I don't think. I think they dig their heels in. People have said that they think he's gone this year. I don't think he gets sacked till March, April times.
You got a few games.
It could become really untenable though, like really untenable.
Yeah, I think if it becomes that, then yeah, they would have to.
All right. So then what is untenable? Like we don't win what in the next 3 or 4?
You got Southampton
You maybe-
next one, Palace after that, Tottenham, Villa, and then
There's no easy wins there.
you're away for Southampton, then away to Crystal Palace.
Wait.
I think you'll
clarify
beat
that.
Southampton. I think you beat Southampton.
Away at Southampton, early kickoff after international break. Why is it so sure we go there and win?
Trash, honestly.
All right, cool. All right.
They
lost to
it's when you lose to Barnsley at home in the third round.
Again, this is all this optimism is Manchester. I don't know why is everyone so confident we go beat Southampton.
They lost to 10-man Newcastle.
All right, cool. Did you watch us play Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final?
Yeah, we did.
Nah, we were playing at the same time, so I didn't.
All right, so go back, watch that game, and then you'll see.
I've seen the highlights. It was bad.
All right, so exactly. So why are we so confident we go away to Southampton?
Because you got a better team, bro. You spent more money. You've got the Donny at right back. You got the
same with Brighton. We're a better team than Brighton and spent more money.
You got a guard there now. These man told me that he had the most.
A guy ain't ready yet. A guy ain't won't be there. A guy ain't ready.
You must be ready, bro.
Yeah, a guy's not ready. The manager said a guy is not ready.
By the time you faced Tottenham, you would have faced, as N said, Southampton, Barnsley in the in the Carabao Cup, Palace, and then your first Europa League. I promise you, bro, you're gonna probably have to kind of collect 4 wins out of 4, really, if I'm being honest with you. Just to kind of keep people like ticking over. But okay, even if you don't get 4 wins out of that, you could draw a game, maybe Palace away, because that is kind of tricky, to be fair. So maybe like a Palace away, yeah, people won't really mind that. But I promise, flawless, if you lose to Barnsley in the Carabao Cup, yo, it is going to get.
So that's why I asked what is because what's untenable to me may be different to any of you, and then what's untenable to you, man, may be different from the people making the decision. That's why I say when people say I think they dig their heels in, it should be untenable because he's won 5 of his last 18 league games. That should be untenable, but they kept it.
Swear he's only won 5 out of the last 18.
He's won 5 out of his last 18 league games.
Yeah, I saw that.
And people are sat here talking about, we're gonna win 3 and 4.
But Flawless, he won a trophy in the time.
Imagine you can't win the 3 and 4. That's crazy.
We won 5 out of the last 18 league games. Surely, to me, that comes under untenable.
That's basically every 3 games you're winning.
Am I mistaken? Am I tripping? Or is that not classed as untenable?
Yeah,
5 out.
Technically, it should be.
So, but they looked at this, assessed him for a month, and kept him.
But you have to remember, he won a trophy in that time.
So that's where we're at. Then.
So
if you win
that's what he's saying, isn't it?
Nah, forget all that. I'm talking about forget from a Ten Hag perspective. I'm talking from an Ineos perspective. I'm trying to get
You know what I don't get about what Ineos did? You know what I don't. You know after the season ended, you won the FA Cup, and they took a while to still come to the decision. Was it a couple of weeks or something? And they said they're doing a whole seasonal review. Well, you were there at the games every week. Why were you not reviewing the season as it was going on? Why did you have to spend 2 weeks doing a whole seasonal review after the game to decide if you should keep a manager when you literally had all season to do that? That was just weird to me when I heard that.
Hey, people, this how bad it is. Ryan's calling out the incompetence of the ownership.
It was just weird to me, bro. Like,
it makes no sense. You're spot on, Ryan. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Can I ask another question as well?
Of course, go on.
No,
if you can Google it,
I don't know the club, so I'm trying to do research.
Oh, is it? You don't know the club ends? Yeah, sure, mate.
Liverpool.
Big up Lex in the cut as well.
I have.
Yeah, big up,
Lex, man.
Big up, bro. After the game, I saw a majority side of your content creators was defending Maino and throwing Casemiro under the bus. When I thought Maino was dog as well. I'm doing research on your club because I don't know nothing about them. Maino tops the list of the most dispossessed player in the Premier League so far this season. So I didn't understand why people was protecting him in the Liverpool game and then throwing Casemiro under the bus when they both wasn't in midfield at all in that game.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question of protecting him. I think it's more so his credit in the bank. Maino has been one of the only shining lights for the whole of last season and even this season. Even when you mentioned that him being dispossessed, most of the good things we've done have come through him. If you take away his performance, we don't win the Fulham game. So that's where it stems from as well. And if he would have got caught, and I think it also ties into the way Casemiro got caught for the 2 goals and the fact it was the first 2. That's Maino, you're having a different conversation. So let's say you switch it and Maino's at fault for 2 goals and Casemiro's at fault for the first. The discourse is different.
I don't know the ratio.
So hold on, I have a question.
Go on, hella questions. Go on.
So Casemiro at fault for the 2 goals when get dispossessed?
Yeah.
So you know have no other phases of play after Casemiro get dispossessed in midfield. Him get dispossessed in I'm box and then somebody just kick it in.
No. It's not solely his fault, but he's the majority to blame.
So all right. So who you blame then whenever somebody lose the ball from your team, every time them lose it?
No, it depends though. Like it varies in game in terms of passing.
Because at the start of the game, you guys dispossess us in our own halves more than once.
Yeah.
Just that a goal never came from it.
Yeah.
So we couldn't say all right. We couldn't say all right. We blame Gravenberch.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that. But how?
It's not. No, it's not just how.
To me,
if it's something that is systemically wrong, if it happens over and over and over again, there has to be an issue with the system. So, for instance, if every time you set up a team, you set it up, and we keep seeing the same glaring issues, you keep asking from players who don't have the ability to do certain things to do these things. If you keep instructing the players to play a certain way and we continuously see holes and gaps in the midfield, as if to say that midfield is non-existent. If we continuously watch Manchester United for the past year and a half and say, yo, it looks like this all the time, at some point in time, we have to stop blaming these players because they're just simply following stupid instructions.
To an extent, yeah, but passing the ball when all Casemiro had to do was take a touch. That wasn't a system issue. That first one is not a system issue. The second one is not a system issue.
The reason
it wasn't. I've had this
flawless. If you have a better setup, Casemiro does not lose the ball in both instances.
He didn't need to, though. He did not need to lose the ball.
You know what's crazy? I had this conversation on the Man United podcast on Tuesday, and I put up the still, and everyone was like, "Yeah, take a touch and play it to Maserati." That's not a system issue. I love Casemiro. I've not sold my Casemiro yet, so I'm not crashing on Casemiro. I'm one of the very few. However, those 2 goals are on him. You're much better than that because I've watched.
But the goals cannot be on him. The dispossession is on him. The goals cannot be on him.
They're on him. The goals are on him. Don't give the ball away cheaply.
All right, don't give it. But you've lost the ball cheaply without conceding a goal as well. So why is it? But you're not get the point. Get the point that I'm trying. Flawless. Before you argue with me, get the point where I'm trying to make.
I get the point.
Get the point where I'm trying to make.
No. I just disagree.
No.
I get the point. I just disagree.
Yes, but flawless. What? All right, listen. No, understand me now. Understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying.
Change my mind, man. There's nothing you can say that can change my mind. He gave the ball away. Simple as that, man. He gave the ball away. It's not
but it wasn't the first time he gave the ball away. Just understand what I'm saying.
I blame him for that. I blame him for that too. I still blame. If you give the ball away cheaply, you don't have to. It doesn't have to cost a goal for me to criticize you. Don't give the ball away cheaply. That's not a system issue. That's not a tactic. That's not a tactical issue. You was under no pressure.
Flawless.
Man. Come on, man.
Flawless.
What are we doing, man?
You put up the still, but I watched it happen.
And I watched it happen too. So what does that mean?
What it means is Flawless. Flawless. You've played football. You know what I'm saying here.
I hear you, but if I play midfield. If I give the ball away cheaply, guess what? That is on me.
If you're put in a position consistently where it is risky, so you have element of risk, right?
There was no risk.
All right. There's no risk. All right, cool. All right, cool. There's no risk. All right, cool.
In that first goal, there was no risk. Take a touch.
All right, cool. All right. Well, all right. We see phases of play. We see phases of play all the time, right?
Yeah.
If you understand as a coach from a tactical perspective that Liverpool is trying to play football a certain way, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you set up to then play to the strengths of Liverpool, and a player makes a mistake, granted, I'm not absolving Casemiro of blame. I am saying blaming Casemiro is like blaming the symptom for the cause of a disease when you haven't really found the cause. So for instance, say a doctor detect cancer cells in someone. All right, they have cancer cells. Let's kill all the cancer cells and not actually try to find a tumor and actually get rid of the cancer overall. And this is my point. People, you consistently put Casemiro in a situation. You say, Casemiro, you had one option. Why does Casemiro only have one option? And why is that one option to play back?
It wasn't back. The cast it wasn't. Mazarari was ahead of him. He wasn't back. So, but to your point, where I agree with you, Lex is United. I mean, Lex is Liverpool. He's Liverpool. To add to your point, that's why I've not sold my Casemiro stocks. This is why I've not crashed on him overall, because I understand you're in a terrible environment. This is why I've not said he's finished. There's nowhere of me saying that. One of the minority, one of the very few. However, giving the ball away cheaply is nothing to do with tactics and nothing to do with system. It's a
how Flawless? Because Flawless, in another game from a tactical perspective, where another team is set up in a different way, Casemiro does not have the pressure he had.
He didn't have no pressure. There was no one around him.
There is pressure when your players are consistently running away from you. You see how I always blame Rice because he always stand up behind the fucking striker instead of stand up in the gap to receive the ball.
There was no pressure. There was no pressure whatsoever.
Okay, if it's not,
all right. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. All right,
you might before you go ends. You might accept your midfielder giving the ball away like that in that instance under no pressure. I don't. That's where we different.
No, I don't accept it.
You have,
but
I'm making excuses for him.
No, I'm not making excuses. I'm saying, if you continuously blame Casemiro, it will continuously.
This is where you're getting a mistake.
Wait, what?
I don't continuously blame him. What are we talking about here? I don't continuously blame him.
Flawless. I'm trying to fight for the cause here. Stop this. Because you always argue on points that we both agree with. I agree. That is that losing possession of the ball in that instance is Casemiro's fault.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But what happens? But the reason you play football and the reason you set a team up is with the idea of understanding that you can lose the ball in any phase of play, especially if you're trying to play risky. So you have to set up to counteract that.
Don't play risky.
Listen to what I'm saying. The risk isn't just with Casemiro. The risk is how the team is set up tactically in the first place. So, for instance, blaming Casemiro for losing the ball cheaply is right. Conceding the goal is where I have the issue. Because because what you're then saying that because Casemiro lost the ball is the reason that goal was scored.
In the cheap area.
But if a cheap area, how many acres of space you had to run after Casemiro lost that ball?
Because Casemiro, it wasn't that much. Don't give the ball away. What we talking about? You just mentioned symptoms. That's a symptom of him giving the ball away. Don't give the ball away cheaply. Don't lose the ball in your defensive third or middle third. And then those things don't happen. What are we talking about?
Don't continuously put Casemiro in a position to lose the ball, Chief.
He can do better there, though. He can do better there because Casemiro's better than that. That's why I'm critical, because I've watched him play in the same system and not do that. You're much.
You say you have the still in it.
Do that. Say that again.
You have the still shot.
Yeah, I have the still. Yes, I get the still because I
you have it. All right. Well, puff it up when you can.
I'll put up the still right now. Give me one.
Do you know what? I'm gonna side with Lex on this one. Here's why. As I said, bro, I'm looking at Maino's dispossession. This in 3 games is 10 times. That's too much.
Play ball, bro. Them sub off Casemiro and the same thing happened.
That's too much.
The sub half Casemiro and the same thing happened. What you think those players are thinking on the field? Them probably concede the first goal. People say, "Oh, they lost their will to fight. They need to fight." Fuck fight. These men are sick of Ten Hag blood.
I hear that.
You think we can say Ten Hag is shit, but the players that play for him can't say same is shit?
I agree with that.
So what? Them gonna come out every day with this enthusiasm to play for the badge. When the flipping owners of the club not even making decisions for the badge.
I hear all that. That I agree on, but that's still not unacceptable for in that instance the way he lost the ball, and I stand on that. What are we talking about here?
No, take a. No, me not say it acceptable. But the next game when Casemiro lose it again, we're gonna say all Cas. And then the next time him lose it again, we're gonna say all Cas.
Yeah, if he loses it
like when May not lose, yes, but May.
If he loses it like this, I'll be critical. Take a touch. Why are you playing it first time? Take a touch. I've watched you and there's nobody around him. There's no pressure on him whatsoever. Take a touch. And Maserati.
Fairness.
Okay.
Flawless. We'll play football in a flawless. We'll play fucking football. Why you do this?
Do what? What did I
take a touch? All right, take a touch. All right, boom. Take a touch.
Take a touch, yeah.
Take a touch. Spread it to Maswari.
Yeah.
Fine. Who in try to play the pass to?
Who he played it to? I believe it was that bad.
My name I try to play it to, innit?
Maino with. I think that's Gravenberch. That might be Salah going back there. Yeah, Maino.
I think he's trying to slot out wide.
Gravenberch was.
You think he's trying to play the low?
To the overload. He was trying to pass.
So what on?
Hold up. This is how bad the pass was. We don't even know who he was trying to pass it to.
No. It was the left side. He was trying to give it to either the left back or Rashford.
So why are we debating it then? Why are we debating it? That's how bad the pass was. We don't even know who he was trying to pass the ball to.
Flawless.
The reason we don't know it's because it's a still.
We don't know because we watched.
If it was a video, we would have seen.
So who was it?
It was Mino. It was Cubby.
Okay, so if it was Maino, cool. That's the wrong option. So not only have you played
but flawless. Come on, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about this still? As funny as you might look, him taking a touch to play to Mazrari closes that passing option because everyone is trying to cover that space.
That's an easy pass you can make. Right touch, left out.
That's a ball. Right? Take a touch and turn to Mazrari right there. That's Diaz's football. That's Diaz's ball.
You don't have to turn.
Okay, so this is where I will side with thing. I do think he's not trying to pass to Mainu in that whole move because you just said it there in the chat. There's an overload on the left side. So in his eyes, he's trying to hit that low because he knows that there's
that
an
is one
overload
dumbass
on that
pass
side.
to try and play.
No. Whether it's dumb, whether it's great, that's all irrelevant. It's the pass that because of the way his body.
A pass to Dallo there wouldn't be bad if him get him foot under the ball and just float it. If him float it.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Less if he's able to float it. The problem, and this is why we're listening here, I feel like you're both right in what you're trying to say, though, because the reality is,
I think that's the case too.
Yeah. The first problem in this whole move is Casemiro. So subsequently, because of that pass, now, as Lex said, because of the way that the team is set up, but if I'm being real, I can't really say that the team was in a bad move here, because really, if he just lifts it and plays a better pass, you're actually on the attack.
Here's my thing about this, G. Here's my thing about this, G.
Yeah, go on.
The team in this current phase of play is set up for a player on the ball who is not in this team. That is not a pass for Casemiro to make. Casemiro is known as a destroyer to break up play.
No.
Okay,
he can't. Yeah, they are.
Just watched it back.
You understand, G? You know what I'm saying, G? G, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying he cannot. I'm saying the consistency of which he gets that pass off. It is very risky to set up the team like that and ask Casemiro to continuously do things like that. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Just on that, yeah. I hear what you're saying, and I do agree to the extent of maybe if they had a player specifically who was a lot better, fair enough.
No, but that is the thing. G. I'm not talking about the player aspect of it. I'm talking about if you don't have, like for instance, this man, even when Casemiro was there, he kept saying, I don't have the players. You keep setting up to play a system that shows your players' weaknesses. Even Mino's weaknesses, as good as a technical footballer as he is, it shows everyone's weaknesses the way you try to play with this team, because they're just not built to play the way you want to set this team up. As a matter of fact, especially with the 3-1-6, with the lone 6, very few people or players are equipped to play that. Now, when you're playing against Liverpool, even flipping Pep Guardiola parks the bus against fucking Liverpool. Who the fuck are you to have 1, 2, 3? Wait, to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players ahead of Cass, and then ask Cass to play out of that phase, as if to say Cass cannot lose the ball. And when you lose the ball, who is attacking you? It's Liverpool. So you know you have no chance in this phase of play once Cass loses the ball. It's not like you're playing like an idiot side. You're just not set up right. Yeah, the setup just isn't right. No, but I agree with what you are saying to Flawless. I don't disagree about Cass. I'm just saying we need to attribute percentages to blame in this point of view to actually have an accurate perspective as to what is taking place here.
And we do. This is why I am not.
But hold on, Flawless. You have to remember. So what we're trying to do here is battle the mutants. You have to remember this. So you fighting me and saying Casemiro is wrong isn't coming across. It comes across to me different from how it's coming across to the mutants. We're trying to teach these people about football.
You know what's crazy is, Lex, me and you have had this conversation about trying to teach the mutants. They can't be taught. I'm not Professor X. I ain't got the chair.
Understand. Listen.
Yeah, go on. Listen, go on.
I know everybody fully mutated. Yeah, you have some where only like 70%, and the 30% is the reason. Hold on. And the 30% is the reason why them sit and watch the show. If we can teach them fundamental football from a very tactical and sensible perspective, then we will get them from, instead of blaming Casemiro 100%, realizing that Casemiro is continuously being put in a situation where he will have a lower percentage of success trying to do things that he's never done in his entire career.
Absolutely. And the chat will know this when I've spoken on this, not so much on this show, on previous shows, as to why I've not chucked it in about Casemiro, why I've not gone on and said his legs are gone, he's not good enough, all this. I think that's nonsense. I fought against this, even though he had a poor season, even last season, even though he's in a terrible setup and all those things. Because the first 2 games of this season he was good and everybody was quiet. So my only issue with this is, and I say it all the time, hold players accountable, which I do. And in this instance, all he had to do was take a touch, play it to Mazarari. play it back and we can reset. And the thing is,
flawless.
Before you go, I'll let you talk. Let me do one last thing and then you can go. I've watched Casemiro in this same system not give the ball away there. I've said verbatim that the one thing that surprised me most about Casemiro when we signed him is him on the ball. I didn't realize he had even though he was poor in this game, I didn't realize he had the capabilities on the ball he did. Is he in a terrible setup?
Yeah, yes, flawless. Listen. That's all. Listen. No. When you use words like that, that's what sway the masses. You cannot say it's unforgivable. Just say, Casemiro, you fucked up because you're an imperfect human being and you're liable to fuck up. Yeah, no, but look,
there's reasonable fuck ups where I go, you know what? I can understand.
But this is not such a bad fuck up because him because him can scan over his shoulder and see that there's a cover the passing lane.
Take a touch, you don't have to go. You can take a touch. You got two centre backs behind you. Dalot and Maserati would then drop back in.
And turn back. You know the phase of play before this was an attack. You know the ball was all the way at the pitch and then pass it literally find it back way back right here to Cass.
I remember
against Liverpool, and the ball is regressing, and no one decides to regress and help.
Yeah, the point that I'm making is this still, and this is anybody. I'm a bang average footballer. If I gave the ball away in this situation, I'd be pissed. If there was a man pressuring him,
flawless.
I'm just not
flawless. You said Masrari, right?
Yes, you could easily.
You see Diaz. Do you see Diaz right there?
Yes, I see Diaz. Yes.
Do you know how easy it is to play a pass right into Diaz? Because Diaz is actually tracking back.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is,
that pass you're saying you say take a touch. The minute Casemiro takes a touch right here to play that ball to fucking Masrari, Diaz already covers that passing lane.
That's cool. We start again. It's not a big issue.
No, but this is what I'm saying. How will you start again? It's the same counter attack that's going to happen.
What do you mean it's the same counter attack? We're on the ball and everyone drops back.
You're gonna lose it. They won't drop back. So how them never drop back when them lose it in a try play another pass? Them never drop back.
No, we'd be in possession. What are we talking about? We'd be in possession of the ball if he plays it back. We're in possession, and we did that countless times.
Oh, you mean if him collect it here and turn back? But your manager consistently says he wants to be the best transition team in the league, and he says.
Well, the reason why I'm not hearing that because I watch Casemiro countless times, and other midfielders pass it back in that game. So that's not an excuse.
Yeah, brother, but not every time you go pass it back.
No, but again,
Casemiro believe in his ability to make that pass.
Okay, and that's cool, and that's where he fucked up. Is Casemiro good enough to make that pass? Yes.
Yes.
If he's looking for Dalot, yes, you didn't. So therefore, I'm holding you accountable because you didn't need to play that pass at that moment in time. You didn't. It's risk versus reward. If he clips that over Maino and the two Liverpool players and we're on the attack, we praise him. Take a touch. My biggest issue is you did not have to play it first time. That's my point.
No, I'm never there have to play it first time. No,
that is my biggest issue. I say this all the time. I say when I'm playing football, I wish Victor was in the chat. Say it when I'm playing clubs. I say it when I'm playing 11 side, whatever the case may be. Enz has played ball with me. I don't shit up on clubs. Take a touch. That's all man had to do in this situation. And you're good enough to take a touch and pick a pass. Not a difficult pass. Whether it went back to Delit Martinez, whether the low drop back in, whether it's Maino, whether it's Bruno.
None of them passing are difficult, but you still can make a mistake and try to play a pass like that though.
The reason why I'm critical of him because I expect more. Because if Bruno's in this situation and plays this pass, you know what?
He might get cooked. Bruno fault. We don't care about tactical setup.
The point I'm making is I expect less from Bruno. That's a Bruno pass. It's a Bruno pass.
Can you not blame Maino?
Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right.
You can't blame Maino for stepping out the pass because I watched it back. I'm watching it while we're speaking. What he tried to do, I think he tried to miss Maino out or tried to give it to him. Maino runs out the space. He expected Gravenberch to follow it. Gravenberch just read it. He just read it and he stepped in to win it.
My other phone.
You're right. Could he have taken the touch? But if he takes a touch, the whole play stops because you got the overload with Rashford. You got Chelsea making a run. So the overload is there. You're right. Can he give it to my man on the right? Yes, but he has to go back because he's on the right by himself. So if he takes that touch, He has to go back. He can't go forward.
Yeah,
Bobo
the Matsuyama pass.
McAllister is covering. Diaz is coming back.
So all I'm saying is that as a potential option. Maino, he wasn't aiming for Maino. I just watched it then as I clicked it off. He's aiming for Dalot. It's a poor pass.
Yeah, but Maino steps out. I'm saying if Maino, I'm not saying
Maino's
probably anticipating that my man's
right.
closer. I get it. He's probably anticipating, but that already tells me Maino ain't scanned to realize, if he scans, he goes, I can stay here. Maybe a little dummy, he goes through. But because he moves, Gravenberch goes, I can see the pass. The weight ain't right. Let me step in.
Because you know what it is? What he's trying to get on the other side of Gravenberch. He's trying to get on the other side of Gravenberch because if Casemiro clips that out to Dalot can play it to him or Rashford. The thing is, it's not made. Yeah, the pass to Maino's smart enough to know, and I do it, but not so much. I do it as a lack of ability. There'll be times I'm on the pitch and I say to man, don't pass me the ball. I'm literally a decoy here. Do not pass me the ball. Like I'm not in situation to try and get out, and I don't have the skill set to get out of whatever situation we're in. Play the ball out wide. Simply take a, like I said, if that's Bruno and Bruno plays that pass, one, I'm critical, but two, I'm less critical because I've watched Bruno do that. But the crazy part is I've just seen him do it higher up the pitch because he's not normally there.
It's just a mistake, isn't it? I think it's more of a mistake than anything.
It is a mistake.
It's a transition. He's thinking, let me hit the man them early.
Unforgivable mistake
because do the overload thing.
But it's an unforgivable mistake because of where he's at.
So what you are saying is then essentially is just like how Ten Hag is supposed to know better to set up tactically against Liverpool. Cass is supposed to know better not to try stupid-ass pass like that against Liverpool.
Cass is supposed to know better than Ten Hag because he's a better player than Ten Hag is a manager.
I'm actually just watching it back while you guys are talking. Yeah, I can't lie. I'm gonna have to side with Flawless. Like it's just Cass. Like because the reality of the whole move, I hear what everyone's trying to say in terms of the setup and all that. The thing is, remember this. We're talking from this point of view of we've been able to stop it, watch it, see all of that stuff. The reality is, there actually just was an easier pass. Like it doesn't matter what happens after that pass; it's all irrelevant. All you have to do is just pass it to my man on the right, and then done and dusted. And Mainu
was set up
or turn it back.
No. That's what I'm saying. No, but that's the point.
Get them man there.
No, but that's the point. That's why I say it can then only be on Casemiro. It can't then be on anything else because he didn't execute the pass. So that's why technically, if we're gonna look at it from
that part, for be honest,
And Mainu tried to get out of the way, by the way. He actually, Mainu didn't even know like if it was for him. He just kind of just left it anyway because I would have done the same thing because the reality is the pass
was too hard.
That kind of he's hit it so hard where you're like,
it can't be that. It can't be for me. Yeah.
This shit gets.
Don't try pass to me in this moment.
As soon as he passes it,
but for my honesty,
now just watching it, the pass just looks worse and worse every time I watch it. I just watch the part. It's one of them. They replay it. You better than that. You miles better than that.
The thing is, why you should have taken a touch. I'm watching it get like the pass was so rubbish.
Like disposition then.
It's an actual clip where you have it. It's a clip on YouTube or something.
No, it's on the Sky Sports. In regards to Maino, that's no excuse either. You shouldn't get brushed aside like that. Your mouth better.
I'll tell you, the Liverpool 3 midfields we've been running in the 3 games, the same 3, has lost the ball combined 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
And Maino on his own in Manchester United's team has lost the ball 10 times in 3 games.
Yeah. And that ties in more to what next. One, tactical setup. 2, but is there any? That's why I'm more reasonable. That's why I'm not writing off Casemiro. That's why I'm not. Oh, Casemiro's legs have gone. Or Casemiro's no good. Casemiro can't still do it at the highest level. I think all that is nonsense. However, that in particular moment for that first, and I'm watching the second goal as well. You're better than that because I've watched you do these things. I've watched you do these, like the way, even with the Diaz one.
But you're not.
Look, can I say?
Go on, Ryan. Go on.
Look, let's be honest. Like, I don't want to focus. Like, Casemiro's at fault. Just deal with it. But like, literally, like we've seen a lot of United players get obviously stick for the last few days. Rightly so. You look at Casemiro mainly. You look at like your Rashfords and everyone. There's one Man United player who I think is getting away with murder right now. Who I don't think is getting anywhere. The goalkeeper. You're gonna say the captain. The goalkeeper. Oh my word, he's awful. Like honestly,
you know
so
what?
Bad.
I don't think I was thinking about. I was someone mentioned the same thing about the goalkeeper. Yeah, I actually don't think that like. Yes, he has his moments and blah blah blah, but I actually think for what you're trying to do, he is actually good at that. Like in terms of the build up from the back.
Wait, G, what we trying to do?
He can't.
No, in terms of building up from the back, just building up from the back. As in, no. Again, this is the difference is that they're not asking for a goalkeeper to have that. That's the difference. Because if that was the case, then I reckon they kind of would have just kept in someone like David De Gea because he is actually a good shot stopper, but he can't play with his feet. That like we was problematic.
Here's the thing with Onana, and it's all. This is what I continuously say. It all comes back to Ten Hag. He bought a keeper to play from the back, and does not set up the team to play out from the back. Every team that we see plays from the back, they have a certain formation when the keeper has the ball. Majority of the time, Manchester United players are going away from the ball. Usually, when you set up to play possession football, you set up tactically to receive the ball. You're always in the gaps. You're always in the space. These guys are consistently either behind somebody or running away from the flipping ball.
No, I agree.
So
and that's why I don't criticize in regards to Onana. That's why my biggest criticism of him isn't distribution.
It's his goalkeeper.
Yeah, distribution is calm. Like
it's terrible. Calm. I ain't saying all that, but as a goalkeeper, woeful. Like even the third goal, he's woeful. This is why when people said to me, "Oh, would you sell him in the summer?" Yes, because you don't excel.
What did you think of the second goal? Because when I watched the second goal, right, if you actually watch it close, Onana's actually on that side of the net. But when Diaz is actually shot, he's just too slow in getting down.
I was like
that side of the goal.
Initially, when I seen it, I was critical, and then I watched it back. And sometimes you just gotta give credit to you gotta give credit.
It's a great finish from Diaz. 100%.
I just gave even when people were trying to criticize Martinez for that part in the goal. Sometimes it was just a quality pass from.
It was a good pass from Sally.
But bro, I think the Martinez criticism comes from just him getting cooked for the past couple of games. Ever since he's been back, he's been getting cooked. Man was even getting cooked by Oscar Bob in the flipping preseason. Like,
shout out.
I
don't take preseason, but he's played well in the first couple of games. But that one, I just look at it and I just go,
but flawless. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, a player playing well is just due to the opposition.
But if he was getting cooked by that dead opposition, we cook him for it.
Yeah, but that's just additional. That's just additional cooking.
But that's what we were doing. And so, like I say, the first two games, he didn't do. There was nothing where I look and go, yo, he was bad against Fulham or bad against Brighton. Was he good against you lot? But I don't. The criticism, I think, but again, we've just lost to Liverpool. The criticism is in that fashion. The criticism of anyone who performed poorly or below average or even average is going to be over the top.
Yeah,
and that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
That's
so you think it over the top
for Martinez? Yeah, people act like Casemiro and Martinez didn't have their first two games that they had. They both played well in those first two. There was no conversation about either of those.
But you know that's the modern.
No. Well. When me hear Rand start about it, it kind of different still.
I'm saying general consensus. It's saying general consensus. There was no talk about Casemiro or Martinez after the Brighton game that we lost and the Fulham game we won. No, we're talking about the general consensus. Now it's a genuine conversation. And to me, I look at it and go, we're 3 games in. I also do take into consideration the platform that they have. But Martinez and Casemiro, I don't have worries about in regards to those two. I have worries in regards to everyone because of the manager we have. I know we ain't going to see the best of them. I said it just before you got on, Lex. Manchester United will go as far this season as the individual players will. Our better individual players will take us because they're out there by themselves in regards to their quality.
The best way to assess your players, especially if you're talking about an isolated game, I feel like we don't spend enough time actually speaking about the game. It's more last season, last match, last year when they were at the other team. It's never isolated to the particular game. And that's what happens, isn't it? Like, you're right, bro. They're going to pretend like these men didn't have decent games. And then we're going to be like, nah, they've been shit for 3. No, they haven't, bro. Just this isolated game.
Yeah.
Man, them, you know what I mean, got cooked, bro. And then you can open it up and then say, yeah, but I can see these little things that happened last year and these are happening now, then that's cool. But when you're talking about the game, bro, man, start cooking man for things they did in the old team.
Probably in the old team,
and that's where I will push back. People go, oh, like, no, if we're talking about this game, talk about this game in isolation. If you want to talk about the season, let's talk. That's why I always say, what's the time frame we're talking about? Overall, this season, has Casemiro been? Yes. Was he poor against Liverpool? Absolutely. Was he good against Fulham? Arguably our best player. Was he fine against Brighton? Yeah. Like, we lost the game in the last minute.
Game, so I know he was good against Fulham, bro.
Yeah, he was good against Fulham. Even against Brighton, like people say, oh, Milner did this and did this. Like, they scored in the last minute.
I thought he was all right against Brighton.
Okay. Yeah, like that, but that's the point I'm making. He wasn't bad against them, but to Enz's point, and Enz is the first person I've actually heard point this out in extensive in regards to, because he was bad against Liverpool, he was bad for the entire season. Because Martinez wasn't good against Liverpool, he's been bad for the entire season. Because Adama Traore ran past him. Like, Adama Traore doesn't run past most people.
Runs past everyone.
Yeah, like, but then we didn't body them the second time round. And it's like, then take into consideration, people will cook how bad the team is, how bad the players are around him, how bad the manager is. Also take that into consideration. So with Maino to the third goal, you shouldn't get you shouldn't, not in the slightest.
So funny.
You break it up next. Go on.
You're breaking up, bro.
You're breaking up, Lex. You're breaking up, Lex.
So may I break up?
Yeah. Go on. You're back now. You're back. Go on. Crazy, Jez. Ish like this. this is like one game. It wasn't like it was Gary Neville versus West Brom. This is Liverpool, who are one of the better sides in the league. This ain't Gary Neville West Brom, where it's like, man's done. Like, and again, I could be wrong, and maybe it is slightly some hopium in regards to Casemiro, but I don't think he's done. I still think he can be an asset.
No, I don't think it's hopium. I don't think it's hopium. And this is what I keep saying. This is what I keep saying. Blame I don't think everyone gets my point. Blame Casemiro for the goal. Blame him 100%.
Yeah.
But what is the reason that goal happened? It's because the how the team set up isn't to his strengths.
He's not helped, and that's where I am considerate more so over. That's where we.
So for instance, flawless. So for instance, I just watch about the 2 goal them, right? I'm watch back each of them multiple times. You see the pass before, like for instance, the first goal. You see the pass that Bruno. You see the touch that Bruno took, which was heavy, and then the pass to Cass.
Yeah.
If it was a better player there, that player turns and plays it to that lane.
I said that during the watch along. But
play it round the corner to that lane. And then for the second goal, huh?
You know what's key? What you just said there. If it's a better player, we know Bruno, man.
But you get me?
We know it's Bruno.
Man. But him
yeah, he's woeful. Yeah. Like he's a what? What did you say, Ens?
No, he's the passer, isn't it? I swear, bro.
Is it?
Well, here's the problem I have as well. I don't. Lex is broken up again, so I don't know.
He'll be back. Go.
But here's the problem, bro. He'll
be back.
Even if you put Agate in there, can he do the same thing, or is he gonna try and these passes as well?
I'm saying this right now.
This is the problem, bro. Like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, Agate don't change nothing. Is he an improvement in that area? Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's better than what we have, and he's better than McTominay and the other options. But does he massively change what we have going on? Yeah, shout out to McTominay out there in Naples.
He's your best player, man.
It is, sure, mate. Yeah, I'm saying, sure. Yeah, this guy, sure. So that's where I'm at with it in regards to. I don't expect massive change because I understand who's in the dugout. I'm fully aware. I've said to my G, say again, it's going to be a long season. Strap in with 2 seatbelts. We ain't doing shit. Said this. And when I told people this and said this, people doubted me. And I said, I want to be wrong on this, but every thought in my brain, every time I think about it, anytime you ask me a question or someone else asks me a question or I'm discussing it with United fans, I don't see it. All this new season optimism that was here just because it was a new season. Shout out to Stroh. Is that even Stroh? Stroh messaged me, so I know it's you and Mudger, because I don't know if it's a fake. I presume so, but just in case. And I was saying this. Like, shout out to Troops, he was on back again. And I reminded him when he asked me initially, this is a few weeks ago, so before the season started, where are we finishing? I said 7th. And he's like, really? And now he's like, yeah, I get it. 3 games. But I don't get why people. I ain't no oracle. You don't have to have a crystal ball. Look at the manager. Look at the players. That's all I did. I looked at the manager.
It feels like your team is incomplete, even though you're getting players. It just feels like even when you're getting players, you still look incomplete. It's either Nana has strengths in terms of he's playing out from the back, but he's not a good goalkeeper. Then you're like, right, let's get De Ligt in, but then De Ligt has to, work his way into the Premier League. But then who's his partner? Is it Martinez? This man's predominantly injured, but he's a decent defender. You're like, I can bring in Maguire, but there's a mistake in there. Mazraoui's now in there now. Can he stay fit? Looks all right at the moment. Then you look at your midfielder, you think
he's too good for his comments for Sky Rich as shit. That's why he's in Spain. But we move.
It's mad.
His own Villa, man. You got a Villa over there. Don't even invite, man, but we move. Sorry, Jens. Carry.
No, I'm just saying it's mad, bro. Then Bruno has games where he's cold and then he's not. Rashford don't want to play. And then you got Xerxes just running around, bro, like a headless chicken, bro. So I don't even know, bro. You might buy players, but he doesn't. I don't know.
Because to Lex's point, it's not an individual player quality thing. System. Because we don't buy which we actually have done in this window, profiles. That's what's key. You buy profiles for a set system. But because we don't have a set system, it's your play as well as like the players who have performed well under Ten Hag, it's them from an individual standpoint. So Maino's going to perform to a certain level because he's Maino and he's of a certain level. Same way with Cass, same with Martinez, same with De Ligt, as we've seen, same with Mazraoui, he's just a competent fullback at everything, Mazraoui. And we've seen that. Now, when you put Wan-Bissaka in that same scenario, he looks terrible because Wan-Bissaka don't have the quality that a Mazraoui has. And that's the point I'm making. It shouldn't be solely reliant. That's the only difference from this season to last season in regards to the right back area. That Mazraoui, because he's better than Wan-Bissaka, is okay over there. It's not like he's getting extra help or man of covering or we switch to a back three and he's got another centre back and he's playing as a wing. None of that. You're picking up the balls in the same area that Wan-Bissaka was. But you just are more competent because you're better just technically. And you're just a better footballer overall. So like that's where it stems from. Lex and back in the building as well. Like and that's what it is. But like I say, people gonna continue.
Wait, why is Lex saying Ten Hag in, bro?
Why do you think? You know what I'm saying? Same way you was asking. Yeah, same way you was asking. Where's Manchester United in the league? You know what I'm saying?
No, I was checking, bro. Listen, one midfielder alone has been dispossessed more than the entire Liverpool midfield.
Yeah, brother. It's a system issue, blood.
Who's second, third on that list?
It's a system issue.
Wingers, bro. I can tell you though.
As a matter of fact,
no. Central midfielders.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Let's actually add context to this. Who else is on the list? Who's
context?
Top 5, top 6?
Do you know what? Let me share my screen and then we can
share your screen. Yeah, share your screen.
We have a look. You want to zoom in or we good?
Yeah, go on, carry on. All right, so Bruno G. Carry on.
He's on 8.
Yeah. He's a central midfielder, right? The Tim guy who plays
more of an attacking midfielder.
Nah. The Tim, I can't pronounce his surname, that plays for Everton. Central midfielder.
What the hell is that?
All right, so they're the ones. Yeah, cool. I say because we know, you know what I'm saying? No, it's like when you play next to is he a 6? All right, so you got him and Bruno G. They're the two that are in there the most. And then Bernardo Silva's in there at 6, so he's 4 more times.
That could be.
Bernardo Silva's probably that's why I don't take too much to that. To be
Kobe does not play like a central midfielder though.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And play more attacking.
Yeah,
attacking midfielders like a Madison and these man. They like to get the ball. Turn.
So don't he play in the double pivot then? Because I watch him against foot.
No, he does. That's my point. From time to time, he'll be played in the pivot, and that's the problem because his natural attributes are more attacking.
Yeah, but to add to counteract that point as well, when it came to winning the ball back, he topped the list in the game week 1. Interceptions, Jules won.
Kobe.
As he wins, he gives it back. Now I hear it, bro.
Oh, it's this guy, yo. He thinks he's slick, yo.
The thing is, you're asking someone like Kobe Mainu to almost whether he's been asked or he's had to do it. He's doing things that he shouldn't have to do anyway. Like within that midfield, that's the problem. That's why I think I heard N mention big up Stroke. I heard N mention something about whether Ugarte is gonna change it. I don't see if
Ugarte. The guy ain't changing shit.
Like I just don't see how that.
Especially the way you want to play, bro. Because would he have made a better decision in the past that Casemiro did?
No, but you see him in a situation like that, and you saw what happened. The exact same thing happened. You got dispossessed.
Just take a touch. That's it. Yeah, Stro, what are you saying, fam?
Bless,
Spain,
bro.
Where are you at in Spain? Where are you in Spain?
Just outside Valencia.
All right, cool. Thoughts on the game then? This guy,
Beautiful game. Man United are so trash. It's untrue. Like, they are so terrible. Now, because it's bad, when Arne Slot's been here for 2 months, and he dissected Manchester United in 2 minutes. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. No, I heard about it. I didn't watch the clip. Yeah, we are H. Nephew, we on. Go on.
Because, look, you can... Obviously, I was watching it in terms of who was at fault. In terms of, was it Casemiro, style of play? Look, I hate both sides of the argument, right? I'm a coach, I'm a manager, I've done my badges, right? That's Casemiro. That's
Joe, I've played football. I've played football for your teams before. I play DM. If I give that pass away in that instance, you're on my case about that.
Oh yeah, it's you. Like, regardless of however I set up, it's the execution, because
bro,
I've seen it so.
Don't
start this debate again. Please do not start this debate
because
again.
I'm just hear it from my point of view, right? From a coach's point of view and a managerial point of view. Regardless, however I set my team up, right? I give the autonomy to the players. Casemiro, in his mind and in his head, has already made that pass. That's why it's so sloppy and the execution's poor. Regardless of the reason the goal goes in isn't necessarily because of the pass. Yes, it's to do with the system, because the fullbacks are so high. Casemiro hasn't got the legs to get across and try and cover Gravenberch. So from a managerial, tactical point of view, you can see why a lot of people would go, this is a Ten Hag problem, right? But the actual pass itself, what starts the whole problem, is a Casemiro problem. So all day it's a Casemiro problem. The manager's not on the pitch. Casemiro, bear in mind, right? I've watched Real Madrid for years and years and years. So I've watched Casemiro in situations like this with Cruz, with Modric. Yes, Mazraoui, yes, Luis Diaz is tracking back, but Casemiro's good enough to play an outside of the right foot pass into the lane of Mazraoui. If he scans and looks, he can play that pass first time. The problem is he doesn't take a touch, and the problem is the execution's poor, because he's gone with the side of his foot, but he's not lifted it properly. He's already made the pass in his head. That's the issue. But look, for Slot to dissect United so quick and easily, and he's not even been there that long, it's such a bad look,
Hey, show me, and you could have done it.
Nah, but for him to come out chest out at Old Trafford and tell you, man, how you're playing, do you think that would ever run under Fergie?
Yeah, but you have to understand it. Slot know this guy from way back from.
And there's over, I don't know where you Liverpool pricks came from, but there's over 90 of you in the building. Run up the like, please hit the like button as he going through this. I'm seeing people in the chat I've never seen before. Taking liberties. So run up the like, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the Magnum as well. I'm going to add their link in the title.
Here's a question, a serious question. At what point are we going to rename Old Trafford Salah's house?
Man's tried this shit.
Mo Trafford, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mo Trafford, man. Mo Trafford.
I ain't even dying on this hill.
Mo Trafford, Bro, my man was walking around Old Trafford toes out and everything. My man runs that town.
Man said he was in his yard, He just came out, no slippers, toes out.
No slippers, toes out. Do you think I could ever run under Fergie?
Man, always.
Do you know what I don't understand though? Look, Flores, joking aside, I watch United a lot. I've watched United.
When you say joking aside, it just makes me laugh.
Years and years and years. No, because you know what the thing is, in my head, I'm trying to figure out why United are in such a poor position, and I keep going back and forth with it. Does the manager help? No, because I just think for us to see Slot have a pattern and a style of play within a few games, even in pre-season, and he'd have his 11, it just shows you look, yes, Ten Hag's won trophies, whatever. But there's a systematic problem with Ten Hag and the way that he tries to play, right? But then I look at some of the players, and even the players he's buying aren't good enough. Like I think Mazraoui is going to be a great signing. I've always rated him. I've always liked him. But like Onana, not good enough. Onana is not good enough. You're buying De Ligt like he's the be-all and end-all. Couldn't get in Juventus. Couldn't get in Bayern's team. He can't get in the Holland national team. What do you mean
couldn't get in Bayern's team?
Like, what we doing?
De Ligt was starting. What are you talking about?
Bayern? No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Him and Kim Min-jae. The person that got isolated was Upamecano. That's the one that got benched.
I remember people talking. There's the stat that came out when people were talking about Dyer replaced him at like 15. Dyer's 15 appearances.
He played with Dyer.
Yeah, it was 14 of them was
exactly.
But De Ligt said
nothing's wrong with De Ligt.
Yeah,
De Ligt even looked good in a 3-0 loss. Like
De Ligt was the ones I wasn't sure about. But when he's played, I've been surprisingly impressed.
Hear what I'm saying.
Right? Carry on, as you were. Carry on.
Van Dijk for Liverpool starts every game. Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, yeah, but Van Dijk is better than every centre back in the league.
No, Saliba starts every game for Arsenal. Yes or no?
But we move. Go on.
No, but my point is, why are Manchester United buying players that aren't regular start? I'm talking about Manchester United. I'm not talking about Everton. I'm not talking about Tottenham. I'm not talking about none of those little teams. I'm talking about growing up in Stratford, watching Manchester United dominate my entire childhood. They should be going and getting the best of the best. De Ligt is not the be-all. De Ligt is not going to take United back.
It's one of them, but it's not. It's about. Sure, I hear what you're saying, but it's not about getting players right now to get straight back to. It's about having significant improvements on what we have, and he is a significant improvement.
Bro, De Ligt is their Joel Matip. Like relax, man.
He's a significant improvement on our centre backs. He's a significant improvement. Take Euro out of it.
Don't diss De Ligt like that. Nah, bro. We're not good at this.
He's miles better than Lindelof, Maguire, and Johnny Evans. He's miles better. He's miles better.
Have you seen out of all the players you choose to pick, it's De Ligt?
No. Listen to what I'm actually saying, Lex, and let me land and you'll hear what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is the level of players that Manchester United are buying, I'm using De Ligt as an example. Lisandro Martinez, don't rate the buy. Casemiro at the time didn't rate the buy because it doesn't make sense. The player profile that Manchester United are going for is what's killing them at the moment.
That's the point I'm trying
tactics. To get. Both.
I think we have bought badly, but I don't think this window we've bought badly. I stand
no. Flawless.
No, I think this is probably the biggest improvement.
You have not bought 8th place badly.
That's my point. Yeah.
At worst, you've bought 4th place badly.
Like we won 2 trophies in the past 2 years. It's like I've been run like a shit show. It ties into what you're saying.
And you know what's funny? Ten Hag, if by some chance you see this, and I know you're going to do this dumbass shit, please bench Casemiro and start Ugarte in your fucking 3-1-6, and let's see how beautiful it becomes. Because he's going to get overrun just as any one of those midfielders. Watch. Under that shit tactic.
And then he'll get blamed. And then
he'll get blamed. And then, it's the players. It's the players. This guy has signed 21 players. At what point do we blame the manager?
Shout out to Fazzi. He put out a great tweet and he was like, "Yo, you're gonna continue to buy your wife ingredients when she can't cook." So
you know what I mean?
Shout out to Fazzi.
Yo, you don't have a picture when they kiss the camera.
Nah.
If
you slacking ends. You know what I'm saying?
I could play the video of him celebrating outside the stadium if you want.
No, this guy. We don't need visual evidence.
But you see,
Go on.
This whole stream.
Wait, is that Trent in a white shirt? Might be seeing that more next season, innit? Just saying.
Where he went, this whole stream we've spent the whole time just dissecting one goal in the whole thing. The whole thing has been spent looking at like one goal in the whole thing, and we've been able to come up with whatever theories and whatever and blah blah blah. And now obviously we're talking about obviously Stroh's mentioning about like the player profiles and the reality is it's only been 3 games, so there is one side of it where I'm like
3 games, bro.
No. But
we've watched the whole last season.
No. I know what you're gonna say. Yes, in terms of retrospect, he's been here for 2 years. Yeah. But as Flawless said, the reality of it, In those 2 years that he has been here, he has finished third in one of those seasons and won a trophy. He's then won another trophy whilst then finishing 8th in another of those seasons.
Bro, stop
so
this.
the reality is, no. I don't care. But you got to look at it from, I'm assuming, and only by the assumption of what we have seen, because there has to be a reason for all of this. The Ineos are not looking at it the way that we're looking at it. Clearly, because they kept the guy.
Yeah, they're looking at it from an incompetent standpoint, and this is why I don't trust them.
Bro,
yeah. I know, and that's why
they were shopping for managers. They're going to get rid of him. It was clear as
what happened with the shopping for managers.
Something inside the scenes. Ten Hag probably bring a photo of Jim Ratcliffe or do something shaky blood and say, if you ever fire me, I'm gonna post it. You know what I mean?
This guy is crazy. This guy is
in blackmail.
But this comes back to what I've been trying to say, and this is what I was trying to say when I was talking about the lit and people like that. Is when I'm talking about the player profile, it comes down to the manager. The managers bought these players. They are not good enough for Manchester United. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not a Manchester United fan.
Players don't exist that are good enough for Manchester United anymore. As a matter of fact, Real Madrid bought all of them.
No, but this is my point. Manchester United are like
you talking about Premier League and Champions League level winning players, I'm guessing, right? Competition, competing for those things.
Managers as well.
I hear you, but it is building blocks, but they are better than this. These current players are better than
I feel like they are.
That's my biggest concern, is because then if you have a couple seasons in the top 4, you win a domestic cup, maybe Europa League, then you build to then kick on. Yeah, of course. Go on.
I've seen right managers at Liverpool that weren't good enough, and you knew weren't good enough, but we still had standout players. Gerrard was a standout player, and he dragged us through so many shit times of bad situations. When is a Manchester United player going to stand up and be counted like that? It's all well. I agree. The manager's not good enough. Tactics not good enough. Manager's nowhere near good enough. He's awful. Yeah, he's not. But at what point are the players going to start getting criticism going? When's the performances going to come from anyone?
I've been criticizing them because you know me. I've said I get rid of everyone. Like I've been saying this. Like everyone, like a DFS sale, everybody must go. Like there's no one that I am campaigning to keep like that. You mentioned it there with Gerrard, and say that again, G.
Come on, flawless. You man have rinsed the entire squad pretty much.
In regards to what it needs to be, it needs to happen again.
Re-rinsed.
Yeah, it needs to happen again, because you mentioned it there about Gerrard and standout. It's not a question of buying players. In regards to these, what you do is you get a better manager in to get better out of these current players, and then from there you know. However, our attack. You mentioned it, Stroh, about Gerrard. It's easier to stand out in a poor team when you are being offensive. The problem we have is offensively we bought much worse than we have defensively. All of our better players over the past however many years, definitely Ten Hag's reign, the defensive players. None of our attacking buys have been even before him.
That comes back to the point I was trying to make. When I'm talking about players standing up, you've already mentioned it, because we had the conversation is a lot of the signings have been defensive. So when is one of these defensive signings going to stand out and go, whoa, he is a level above everything that's in there?
They have done at times. Martinez did that in his first season.
You said flawless. Every time they have done it, it is in a change of system. Every time you've had a defensively super sound game, it was when Ten Hag realized, we can't play this. Or the time when Wilcox came in and be like, yo, you have to change this up, boss man. And guess what? He's right back to square one. And this is what I'm saying. Say that these players are shit all you want. If you have players and you consistently play to their weaknesses, they'll always be shit.
Agreed. No, and that's why
you'll never be able to see what they can actually do. Because if you're saying Casemiro always ping 60-yard diags, and Casemiro has never consistently done that throughout his entire career. He's not a Toni Kroos. He's not a Modric. He's never done that. Most of his attributes, like if you watch a Casemiro comp right now, it's interceptions and tackles.
Yeah,
that's literally all it is, and maybe a diag here or there. So it's a case where for me it's like if I'm an intelligent manager and I look at this crop of players and I say, okay, this is your strength, that is your strength, that is your strength, then I just set up to play to your strengths.
Yeah, and
what is Bruno's strength? The bench.
His bench is out of the squad, but he's not
Same.
like because and he's not doing that, and that's where it indeed lies. So in regards to players standing out,
new contract.
Yeah,
The
and
total,
that ties back into
other avenue.
That's why it ties back into when we mentioned it both before Straw and you got on and we was talking about when will he be sacked. I think Enz mentioned it, or does he make it to October? I think they dig their heels in and he stays.
Yeah,
because they had all the reasons to sack him.
Flawless.
Go on.
What?
Go on. So I think he stay. I think they keep him. I don't think he gets sacked so much.
9 games.
Mm-hmm.
Second season you lost 14 games.
Yep, in the league, yeah.
You're already on what, 2 losses?
Huh?
Yeah,
2 or 3.
But on top of that, they had every reason to sack him last season and didn't. Why is this season going to be any different? They had every reason to sack him.
I agree with you.
That's why when people have this and it's not fake.
It's really but you have to understand, Flawless. Your fans sent mail, sent letters asking everyone to keep him. You still have people coming on the internet.
There we go.
Saying that they believe in Ten Hag.
Yeah, 100%.
At some point, I hear the man them talk about, it's a brotherhood, man. We're not upset with each other, we're just having conversation. No. This is the point by which you get upset. This is the point where things need to get disrespectful. Because what brain cells are turning in your fucking head to actually have you think that Ten Hag is the future of any fucking thing. Ten Hag couldn't grow a fucking plant.
Blind faith, man. That's where it stems from.
Blind faith.
It's blind faith.
Man, it's like, I hope Ten Hag can turn it around. Hope.
Yeah, it's hope and
turn
faith.
What around?
And love, man.
Listen, Ten Hag couldn't even turn your gal around, bro.
Every
you know what I mean?
We've all heard the phrase "love is blind," and that's what this is. Because not like if this was a rival club, this was happening to, the energy would be different. If a Liverpool man, if Ten Hag was doing this at Liverpool,
first of all, Flawless. First of all,
go on.
What is there to love about Ten Hag?
None.
Apparently, he's the best Dutch manager in the league.
Nothing.
Hey, who said that? Who the fuck said that?
N said that. It was N. Man said, who the fuck said
that? I didn't say that. I heard it from your fan base, bro.
No, brother.
I said it from your fan base. He man said that he's a better Dutch manager, bro.
It is. Yeah, our fan base says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Our fan base says a lot.
Listen to your fans. I don't.
Hey, your fan base most guys the Hungarian Steven Gerrard. Is that the case?
Speaking of fans that say a lot.
This was this. 3
is that
times,
the case?
What's main on? 10.
Is that the case? Sure. Yeah. Keep holding on to that.
Flawless. Speaking of fans that talk a lot, I specifically want to hear something from a very little fan.
Who?
Brian. Are you going to talk about Szoboszlai and give him some credit yet, or what?
Yeah, I said he's had a good season so far. He started off well.
Hungarian Steven Gerrard. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's ends.
But bro, even the Szoboszlai thing, I've already said it to you, man, from day dot. That the issue with Szoboszlai was Klopp.
I can respect that.
The issue with Szoboszlai was Klopp. He was just being played in a Hender run. He's a cam. When you watch his videos, he's attacking. And we got him and put him in the Hender role and said, cover for Trent.
The last 2 years has been such a criminal.
Because you're fitter than everyone else. That's why when this man came up, I'm so tired. I'm like, good. Fuck off. Finally.
Yeah, he tried doing what he did to Ginny. Ronaldo.
Look, so people said,
convert him to a centre mid, and Ginny was incredible.
Let's get this shit out of the way right the fuck now.
I didn't even know that.
Let's get this out of the way right now.
Okay.
Klopp is 100% a better manager than Slot. 100%. For now. Tactically, Slot is fucking miles ahead. Fuck this. I don't care what no one wants to say. The minute I did the research when I heard that we were getting this guy, I was like, look, I understand what he wants to do. Let's see how it translates in the league. Now, 3 games, obviously, some teams are going to eventually work it out and give us a harder time down the line. But at this point in time, I can safely say it's almost as if we were recruiting for Slot this entire time. Because when you think about it, a lot of Klopp's midfielders have always been shit. Klopp needs his midfielders to be shit. You know what I'm saying? because that's not where his creative outlet, his main creative outlet is from. He just needs a basic average midfielder who can pick a diagonal here and there and cover for Trent. That's all. That was not Szoboszlai. That was not Gravenberch. That was not Elliot. That was none of our players. And we just kept recruiting for players. And I was like, yo, why we keep getting these man? Lo and behold, man get tired, man cut. New one come in, all of a sudden we start playing decent football.
Nah, what team you support, bro? I'm confused, bro. What team? Because
I'm a Liverpool fan, blood.
Oh, sorry, bro. The whole time I'm like, he sounded all right. My bad.
Is that being said? Yeah, go on.
That's why I'm on the energy now.
I'm a football fan
I need
first.
to go back at Stroh here. I need to go back at Stroh, right?
Yeah, man. Stroh, hold that, man.
Throw it back at
because
Stroh,
this guy kind of called me out for, what you saying about Szoboszlai now? What have I been telling you about Gravenberch for over a year? I've been telling you this guy is a bomber. I've been saying it on the group chat. I have receipts. Flawless will back me up. G will back me up. I have been saying this about Gravenberch for over a year. And look at now what he's doing, man.
He has been back.
I've been the one who's backed Gravenberch for years. The last year.
Yeah, Ryan.
You man,
Ryan.
You man have a group chat where a group chat where on the cook Ryan, and I'm not in it. That's crazy.
Back to what point?
He gets kicked out. He gets kicked out.
He gets kicked out like bare.
I've been
backing this man for a year.
Alexa, I'll add you in. Yeah.
Ryan needs a timeout at least once a week. Let's just be honest. Like, Ryan, my point is, yes, you have been waxing lyrical about Gravenberch since last season, but he didn't deserve it last season. Szoboszlai didn't deserve it last season. But my whole point was, and if you've got receipts, you see the receipts
as well.
Keep the same energy.
You're on the club tax,
you can't just discredit one player because you favour another one. If they're both playing badly, they're both playing badly. The problem with you, Ryan, is you pick and choose. Always pick and choose.
was never getting as much of a chance as Szoboszlai last season.
Shut up, man.
He never got
take a pause for the calls, you lot. Hey, still everyone who's locked in, run up the likes. Jeez, there's over 70 of you lot in there. We're at 76 likes. Let's get up to 80 likes. Subscribe to G's channel, subscribe to Enz's channel. Both links are in the title, people. Click the links in the title right now. Opens up new tabs as well. Yo, Enz, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm relaxing.
Yeah, cool. Nah, I was just making sure. All right, so yeah, switching away from
press resistant, better than your midfield, bro.
Me, I'm giving up, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
you do realize that part of our press resistance is the tactical setup of the team. If the players aren't there to actually help us facilitate us keeping the ball,
we just been talking about. I've been talking with you lot for nearly 2 hours about Manchester United, but it has been entertaining. You lot don't say I don't entertain the people. But on the Liverpool side of things, is a Liverpool title charge on?
Fuck that.
Are you lot better than general consensus?
No. I'm telling you this right now. I've been dying to say this. We are better than Arsenal. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, but we're not better than City.
Continue. Continue.
Yeah. All right, cool. Everyone will get a chance to answer. So ends, So like, you're better than general consensus. Obviously, people were expected to drop off. You've won three games out of 3. Very impressive in all the games I watched obviously the United Liverpool game, your first game against Ipswich. Didn't watch the second one, but I heard you're good as well. So is a title charge on? Are you the closest challengers to Manchester City, and can you topple Manchester City?
Yeah.
To both.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I feel like the squad, as long as there's no injuries, the squad is good enough. The squad is good enough. The only issues that we have is just injuries in the squad. If those things happen, then it's long in it. Jota always gets an injury. Who else normally is in the team? Konate gets injured. Who else gets them injuries as well? I think that's probably about it, to be fair. Alisson normally does a Trivela pass and somehow twists his hamstring and then he's out. To be fair now, Robinson one has been mad though. International, someone landed on his shoulder.
He was unlucky with his shoulder, to be fair. That was a bit unlucky.
Even
like
before
the international one,
he kept picking up niggles.
Before that, he was at a run of games though where he was fine, man. I think it's just really that. I just think if the guys that last season that people said didn't steps up, we can only improve, bro. If we're 9 points off of Man City and you're telling me Sobo was shit, Gravers was shit, no one liked Hendo at the end of the season, said he wasn't good enough in the first place. They don't like Nunes. They told me they wanted to sell Konate. They want to get rid of Robert. If all of these men were that dead,
said they wanted to sell Konate?
Probably Ryan. I've had to defend him. I rate him highly, but that's just me.
Yeah, if we can,
He's been very good
if we
so
can
far
just
this
keep
season,
these
innit?
man
Keep
fit
it
and
up.
keep them consistent, why can't we, bro?
Okay, so you
Why
so you
can't we?
think so you definitely so you said yeah to both. So you're
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
that. So worst case scenario, you're the second best team in the league.
What I want to happen is I want it to just be quiet, bro. Let's just do what because at the
man,
moment,
doing that.
No. I'm saying we can make noise, but at the moment, no
yeah.
one's respecting us, bro. I promise you, they're still thinking Man City, they're still thinking Arsenal. I like it that way. Let's just do our business.
I still have you lot. I still have you lot third, but yeah, I respect.
And when they realize, bro, Liverpool's here.
Yes. All right, G, we'll go to you. Same question to you. Are you the closest challengers to Manchester City, and do you think you can topple them?
I like we go to everybody before me, you know.
Yo, it's two people, man. It's two people I've asked you. This guy. We're gonna get to you. You probably gonna have the longest answer, so it makes sense to go to you after everyone else, and then you can get it off your chest what you're gonna say. Well, I didn't know that you think you're better than that. Well, actually, that's not a surprise. But yeah, I want to hear what G's got to say. We're gonna get to you, man. There's no timer here, man.
Calafiori got injured as well tonight, by the way.
Wait, what's the injury?
Bro, he's still bench for them anyway right now. It don't matter.
But he didn't say what it was.
It just come off injury.
Okay. Hey, chat, let me know, please, on that, because that's going to be an interesting one. Sorry, G, go on.
I still have them. I still have us third. I think the season, it will even itself out. I think, yeah, I just think I have Liverpool third at this moment in time. I just think that we've kind of seen a lot of what's happening. We've seen it before. Players starting well, tailoring off, season goes on, and then the big boys will, at some point in time, just kind of pick up. And I think that it will just be more down to consistency, to be honest. I think that's when it gets to that part of the season, that's all it ever is. It's just consistency of Liverpool. I think we look really good now, but I think what N said, though, it's just for now, it's good that, you know, people are not, I guess the eyes ain't really on us too tough in terms of Man City, Arsenal, which is great. Then you just keep doing your thing every single week. That's it. Just that, you know, the injury stuff, I don't really like talking about that because that's, if anybody gets injured on any team, then anything could happen to that team. If we're just talking, if we just how we looked at the teams, I still think Arsenal and City are just that little bit better, you know, than us, especially City. I think the City one, they would have to capitulate in order for us to get over them because they look, to me, if we're just basing it on 3 games, they look super strong.
They're better than last season.
And last season they didn't even look that good at the beginning, and look how the season ended. Do you know what I mean? So unless it's going to be a reverse where they end shit but they start well, I don't know.
G, would you say, just to add to your point, would you say, obviously you put Arsenal above us, but the 2 players that they've now signed to improve them are both injured, and we've improved tactically, defensively, and we're scoring goals based on the stats? When you put us above them?
Because have you improved?
Because I still think that even the fact that we've improved tactically, I don't think that's going to be enough to.
G, I have a question. I have a question, G.
Chat to me.
Do you think that Arsenal is actually overachieving based on the actual attributes that their players have?
No, I think they're right where they probably should be. I think their players are good enough to be in the title race still. Good players, very, very good team, great manager.
Very, very good team.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You sure about this?
You can't be in 2 title races in 2 seasons and say it's not a very good team.
Well, if everybody else is,
they've got good players.
But then, if we're saying everybody else is shit, like
he said,
what are we talking about?
Good and great are 2 different words.
I said they got very good players. I didn't say they have very great players. I said they got very good players.
Well, very in front of the good is also.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be in a title race for 2 seasons in a row, if you don't think that they're very good, we must be super shit.
Like, we've been super shit. Where have you been?
So you think that we? Oh, fair. If you think we've been,
everyone
super shit,
has been
fair.
Super shit. Look at Chelsea, bro. When Liverpool was Liverpool and City was even City has had a drop off. When we were fighting for the league with City,
been super shit.
But
where would this Arsenal team be in that league?
But this is what I'm saying, Lex. We're doing hypothetical.
No.
We're talking about right now.
Forget the hypotheticals. Let's do a comparison here.
But we don't need to compare because we could just see what they've done. We don't need to compare it. Just where have they been? What have they done?
Degree of difficulty, compare. G. Why you do this? Come on, man.
But Lex, because you know why? Because I don't like when we do the whole oh, let's compare when we say, for example, Liverpool fans will say, let's compare when we got 90 whatever points and didn't win the league, what that would have done in our. I don't care what that would have done in other seasons, because in the season that we needed it, it didn't do what we needed it to do.
No,
so we can't compare it to what's happening now. Because it's not the same.
Like, I'm asking you how good the team is.
It's a very good team.
Yes. Okay. So let's draw comparisons as to good and better teams. You get what I say? Because that's very easy to do. I can look at it and say, when we had under Klopp's top era, when we had
they got Matt Coppish every time, man. Bless up, man. You lot, make sure you go subscribe to the Matt One Show and subscribe to Coppish as well. Real ones. Go on, let's
big up. Yeah. When we had Salah and Mane and thing, and with Firmino, and we were performing crazy.
Wait, why are you comparing it to a team from a few years ago?
Let him land so we see where he's going.
Let's see where he's going.
The reason I'm saying this is because you're saying that it's a good team. I am saying that is this team comparable to teams of the past that actually won the league?
No.
That's my point.
That doesn't matter.
What
because
that's
in the past. We're talking about the present right now. It does not matter.
Wait, are you talking about the Arsenal side that didn't? Well, they haven't won the league. So this Arsenal side currently that hasn't won the league compared to sides that have won the league or sides that have been runners up.
That's what I'm saying, because we keep on putting them in a discussion as to say, okay, this team currently can win the league. They're this.
I don't think they can.
I don't think so. I've been preaching for the past 2 years.
I'm with you, but I think they are a very good side. I just don't think
they've got very good players. That's all.
I never had them to win the league. I'm saying, like,
I don't think very good.
I'm still saying, it wouldn't make sense to say, like, to me anyway, it just doesn't make sense to whatever we think. You've been in a title race for 2 seasons in a row. There's no way that you're anything outside of, at the bare minimum anyway, good team. We'll just put it that way as a blanket. They're just a good team, right? If you don't think they're very good, fair enough. I hear all of that. That you can make your arguments, whatever. But the reality is, they've done what we haven't done in the last 2 seasons, which is challenge for the title. So the reality is,
we haven't been a good team.
And this is what I'm saying. So when I'm then looking at it, we're then asking about Arsenal. I'm saying, well, they're a very good team. Like, this is a team that, again, like I said, have challenged in the last 2 seasons. So I couldn't not look at them and say they're not a good team. Our last 2 seasons have been 5th and 3rd. So I can't put us above like them in that aspect. I'm not saying it can't happen. Of course it can happen. Season's long. We don't know what's going to happen. Injuries, as everyone keeps saying, first. But right now, I have to say that they're a very good team. Whether they win it, Man City are still about. So that might be a myth anyway. But right now, they're a very good team. They're a very good team, man. So I just see it as that. That's literally it. That's literally it.
Stroll, same question to you. Big up Bajan Pops in the chat as well. Same question to you. Do you think you are the second best team in the league? No, do you think you are same difference. Closest team to City, and do you think you can topple City?
Topple City, based on the window we've just had, no.
What window?
This is what I mean. Because when you look at
it's just a slab. It's just a wall, brother. No window.
Nah, because it's like the problem I've got is I've seen us struggle in terms of 2 games a week. The squad size isn't big enough. We've not strengthened in areas where we needed to realistically to cover the people that we know will probably get injuries. And that's the one thing that stops me from going, you know what, we can topple them. I do think we're the second best team because I do believe that if Jota didn't get injured last season, we'd have probably gone on and won it. I think that was because if you look at if you give Jota the chance against Everton, if you give Jota the chance against Palace, he buries it, and it's a different conversation at that point. And then I'm looking at it and I'm going, you look at Arsenal, they've not got a striker. Saka's not going to get him 30 goals a season. Trossard's not going to get him 30 goals a season. Martinelli's not going to get them 30 goals a season. And between Havertz and Jesus, they're not going to get 30 goals in the Premier League between them. That's the one thing I think is going to significantly let Arsenal down, is that, because defensively they're good. Like, defensively they are really good. Saliba and Gabriel is a really good partnership.
What? Don't forget Sterling now.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, going forward, they've not got the firepower. We've got a better firepower. And the way that we're controlling games at the minute is, I do think we're the second best team, but I just don't think that we've got that over the hurdle thing, and that's the thing that annoys me the most, because I look at this transfer window, and if we'd have been a bit more brave, and if FSG would have put their hands in the pockets and gone, I'm sick to death of this opportunistic shit. I'm sick to death of hearing it. Like, just go and buy the players.
Stroll, do you think it's
or is
if we beat Man City, would that change your mind, or is it just
right at the end? Like,
if you beat Man City, Stroll, do you think that's it, or do you think this Liverpool squad can't go the distance?
Nah, it's because the problem is we've beat Manchester City before and then not gone on and won the title, because the problem is when you look at City, right, there is, and one thing about Pep is he will make not wholesale changes, but he'll make 2 or 3 changes in a game, right, because he's got the squad depth to do it. We don't really do that. We played 3 games. It's been the same starting 11. Yes, we know that there's been a few injuries. Curtis Jones is injured and whatever, right? But we can't play the same 11 every week. And then the problem is our squad size is so thin compared to likes of Arsenal and City. That's what concerns me.
We actually have a similar, if not bigger, squad than these teams. I think is it the quality more than anything?
The quality.
Because if you go man for man, we can change the front line, we can change the 3 in the midfield, and we can change the
front line. The midfield's worried. The midfield depth is worrying, very worrying.
Front line, we've got the best front line depth in the league. It's not even close, right?
Agreed.
Defensively, is a concern.
Darwin Nunes. Defensively, it's not a concern.
Defensively is a bit of a concern as well.
I think even what Stroh said though, I think that's why Arsenal will be ahead. Stroh mentioned all of the points there about Arsenal don't have this, they don't have that. 2 seasons in a row, they've not had that. And guess what? We've had that. And they're still finishing. We've got the firepower. We've got the numbers. We've got this. We've got all of this stuff that everyone says that we have over, say, an Arsenal. I'm not going to use City because that's them. Over an Arsenal. Guess what's happened in the last 2 seasons? We've been behind them. So that's why I find it difficult to really see, because they got the same thing. We've got the same team as last season. Add in Chiesa. So we add in another forward.
Maybe we have a better situation with less injuries, though, G. Because last season, Arsenal.
No, but this one, I don't want to use.
I agree.
No, but I'm saying if we go a season where this squad stays fit, this squad can definitely finish.
But we're talking. That's like this hypothetical of like, yeah. No,
but that's the difference. You said the difference we seen Arsenal finish, but Arsenal's finished because they hadn't got key injuries. Last season, Salah. We can run through the list. We know how many of our key players we lost last season. Arsenal lost.
Hey, you know why? You know why that is
any team though. Like if this happens to any team,
I know.
But you know why we keep on having so many injuries every year. Ends.
Klopp's football.
It is fucking Klopp. That style of play. So I'm predicting that we'll have less injuries this year because we're no possession team. We like to let the ball do the work instead of have everyone just run up and down all the time.
I'm here for it, man. Listen, we're controlling the football looks good. It looks like there's a pattern.
I'll charge on the cards, and
we're good, man.
But Stroh was right though. We're playing the same 11 in this thing, and you can probably guess it's probably going to be the same 11, barring no injury in international.
My point is. My point is, right,
but the defense, it's not that we can.
But my point is, right, when you look at the defense, Gomez injury prone. Every season he gets injuries. Konate,
last season gets injuries. Fair to him.
Last season he didn't.
Ooh.
He was all right last season, and he's a squad player now. He doesn't even start.
But my point is, Van Dijk can't play 50 games.
This is what I was going to make my point on with the Van Dijk thing, though.
What do you think?
Van Dijk not play 38 games in the Premier League?
Well, right.
No,
what do you think?
He's been overplaying massive. What do I?
Sorry, to be to interrupt now.
Arsenal can play Saliba and Gabriel all season in the Champions League in the Premier.
You can't overplay him. He needs to be rotated. The guy's 33. He's been overplayed anyway over the last few years because Klopp never rested him.
Yeah, man. Is he 33?
What were you saying, Flawless?
Is Van Dijk 33 for true?
33. That means you can't run no more, blood. Apparently.
32. I was gonna say, geez, yeah, he's quality. Yeah, it's mad. All right, first, I didn't know that.
Ends. Think about it.
What were you saying?
I get what you're saying, but he's come off an ACL injury. That's a big injury for someone that age.
I hear that, and I'm not going to disagree that we can't rotate. I think we can rotate because I'm looking at our squad, and I just explained we can change the front three, we can change the midfield, we can change the defense, and the goalkeeper. If you're telling me you don't trust the options, that's a different conversation.
No, because my thing is
a squad that we can rotate.
And do you trust?
Think about it, right?
Yeah, of course, bro. Why wouldn't I not trust them?
Okay,
because you've seen them for the last 5 years, bro. Like,
yeah, but most of these men have been injured.
Seen who for the last 5 years?
So let's say it's Salah, Jota, Diaz as your front three. The backup to that is Chiesa, Nunes, Gakpo. Do you man trust that? I'm just asking.
No.
Why not?
Nah, in certain games, yeah, 100%.
Run me that.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. If the man them are fit,
flawless. Arsenal does not, bro. Listen, Arsenal would take at least 2 of them players right now.
Yeah, you're both short. That's why I say you win the league. But
wait, short. Whoa, relax. Don't
do
that.
Winning the league, you're both short. You are both short.
Yo, but not that we talk about the attack flawless. Why you have to go all the way all over the place? We're talking about the attack. They are short in the attack.
Yes.
Stick to that.
I think you're short in the attack too.
Them would take Nunes and flipping Gakpo and play them instead of Havertz and whoever the fuck else them are.
When they were linked with Nunes.
Yeah, I see it all. The Arsenal fans.
Arteta can make him a better player. Arteta can do this.
Yeah. They think Arteta can turn water to wine. So the point I'm making is he can walk on water according to them. Walk on water, but can't win him a Premier League. May that make sense? But the point I'm making is yes. Liverpool's attack is better than Arsenal's without doubt. But in regards to when I say it falls short, I'm talking about going on to win the league. Do I look at Liverpool's attack from an attacking standpoint? Do I go? Because we're talking about top there title charge. Can you topple Manchester City?
No, we're not gonna do that. We're just like in and about, just like last season where we did have a little period where, oh man, we might be able to, and then we just had a bunch of injuries and.
I think that will happen. Yeah.
That's the mindset. But I say second place for us still.
On that same side, though, do you think if this squad doesn't stay fit, if this squad can stay fit, and I know there's a lot of ifs in there. Are we not saying that we can't beat the teams that we draw when we like if a certain
Haaland has 7 goals in 3 games, blood.
Your team can do what?
No, I'm not looking at it in 3 games. I'm looking at.
So let's say. And you're saying they stay fit. So your team.
I'm looking across the season, last season, and I was like, right, there's certain games that we drop points in, and you can also pick in them games that we were missing a certain player that could have made the difference. You're looking at the bench, you're like, well, there's a couple of school kids on there. They're not going to really come on and win you the game. They can come on and look busy. They're not going to win you. They're not going to give you that X factor. I'm looking at if these men can stay fit, and I get that's a lot of ifs. But I've also seen an Arsenal team that we're raving about right now, saying that they're going to finish above us. They had a nice squad where everyone stayed fit, everyone stayed healthy, and they did their business. Why can't we do the same?
Okay,
you can't do that.
So in that same breath, in that exact same breath, I've seen an Arsenal team do what they can do, and I've seen what our team can do. Obviously, with the players that we've got available. If I had to just pick, if we're just going to go off that basis, they've got a better team. I'll put it to you like that. In my opinion, I just look at that team and I say everything that Stroh said.
Who has a better team?
Defensively, they have a lot of cover.
Better starting 11.
100%. I still think they got a better starting 11.
Hold on. So let's do a 11 now. V11.
All
right. So goalkeeper, who are you taking?
Hey, hold fire before we get to that. Before we get to the 11. Hey, you not entertained? Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to Enz's channel, subscribe to G's channel because this is about to get good.
Wait, Flows, can I just make my point about us in the?
We will do. Hold it. It's not. We'll get to it. Let's do this 11 and then Ryan, you're next. 110%. Go on, Lex G. Everyone.
So in goal, who?
Alisson.
It's Alisson.
Right back.
Trent.
Don't think about it, bro. Throw Trent.
Is he gonna say Ben White? Yeah, we're going Benjamin White.
Oh, G, don't, bro, don't do
say
that.
Bro, flip it, bro. Arsenal would take Trent. Anyways,
just go with what you're saying. Continue.
Centre back, first centre back.
It's Saliba.
Van Dijk.
They're the two centre.
Clearly. Second centre back.
Saliba.
We literally just said Van Dijk, Saliba.
Left back.
Calafiori.
Who's their left back?
Can't mention Calafiori. My name is.
We would
have all taken Calafiori this summer, man.
He was injured all last season.
I'd say Tsimikas.
I'd say Timber.
Oh, Timber.
I'm not a massive fan.
He didn't even kick the ball either. He was injured.
But you do see how weak even their left back is in it. All right, cool. Give it to Arsenal. Just put Arsenal. You don't even have to put anybody. Put Arsenal at left back.
Okay, cool.
First, we're gonna use 3 centre mids. First centre mid.
Well, so you're just going for first centre mid.
Okay, indeed. How can I help?
Okay, indeed. How can you help? Tell us who gets in midfield. That's
You know, I should ask Google that.
Yo.
That's her, innit? She said, "How can I help?"
All right,
You get-
center mid
this
now.
is
Come
tough.
in.
This is tough, though. Still, this is tough. It is.
You kind of have to put Rice in. I don't know.
Odegaard. All right.
Odegaard.
Next center mid.
It's Rice, Odegaard, and one of yours, I would say.
I'm going
You just
Gravenberch
put
ahead of McAllister personally.
I think it's Rice. Like word to Lex, it's Rice, Odegaard, and then just Liverpool.
I'd go
Like,
Rice,
pick
Odegaard,
midfield.
Gravenberch personally. That's
Okay.
what I do.
Flawless. You
I'll pick Rice.
100. You 100,000%. No, I ain't putting Rice in my fucking
I ain't
team.
putting Rice in there either, bro.
I ain't putting Rice nowhere near my fucking team.
Let's you
Fuck
asking
that.
me. You're not asking.
I wouldn't even take Rice right now at my team. Fuck, and we need a 6.
I know that you don't rate Rice. I know.
No. The thing is, that's fair.
Fucking
No,
centre back.
Alex,
I mean,
I
100
understand
mil
why you
centre
don't
back
like
in
Rice.
midfield. Give me a break.
Alex, I need you to understand. I need me and you to talk about why you don't like Rice, because I don't either.
Hold on. Okay,
We
do that after Ryan. We do that after Ryan.
But I'm
All right, so
picking
the
Rice
next
over
center
any
mid
six,
now. You can just pick any one of ours, to be honest, at this point.
It's tough in midfield.
McAllister.
All right, so you pick McAllister. Attack.
Wait, who was the midfield?
Salah.
McAllister, Odegaard, and who?
McAllister,
Rice.
Odegaard, and Rice. We run the Rice thing. Fuck it. Him cost 100 mil, so why not?
All right, up front. This is where it gets.
Salah.
At this point,
Salah.
Gravy Bro winning that. The first 3 games, Gravy Bro winning that, dude.
Yeah, we don't do 3 games. We don't do.
But
free games.
but
if we're
yes,
doing,
small
Surely
sample
the
size,
front
so we're
three
not
is
gonna use
Salah.
that.
It's Salah, Jota, and Saka. Surely that's the
Yeah, easily. Yeah, just put Saka left wing.
So
yeah.
explain to me how Arsenal is a better team than ours now.
how many players did I put in there?
All
For
right,
Arsenal?
so you had for Liverpool, you had Alisson, you had Trent,
One.
you had Van Dijk, you had
We just
McAllister,
need you the left back.
6'5", it's
you had
6'5".
Jota and Salah. Yeah, so it's 6. It's close. It is
Oh,
close.
But then
You don't
Jota-
even.
I've
So hold
got
on,
one
G.
player.
G, wait,
Fair.
G. Man, done.
Do we even count Diogo Jota
Yeah,
in
man.
this?
Yeah, man. Go on.
So that's the starting 11. Please talk to me about this bench.
Yeah, that bench is weak.
Please talk to me about Arsenal's bench. Because this is what I'm going to
All right,
try
go
to
on,
tell
let's
you
pick 9
now.
players. Go on.
I've
Let's pick
been
9 players.
telling you
No,
the
let's
whole
pick
of
9
last
players.
season, said this club brother is actually fucking tired and nobody wants to, because we're so sentimental and we love club. And a man was cussing, man. I said this season, if all we can do is make top 4 and win a fucking idiot trophy, then fine. Then fine, because that's what the fuck we do the last 4 years, blood.
Mm-hmm.
Because man been tired.
Yeah, Lex did say all this. Like,
the thing is, I know Lex and a few other people like myself obviously have spoken about this, but I'm going to take Lex and the others out of this conversation. The way people are talking about Klopp, for me, is a massive eye-opener. Not Lex, because I've heard Lex last season when we spoke on Flawless's channel, but the way I've heard some of you speak about Klopp, to me, is an eye-opener. Because when we mention all of the stuff about Klopp's the greatest, he's the best, he's this, he's that. But now everyone's like, Klopp's holding back this player, he held back that player.
I think it's just the last 2 years, bro.
No. But the last 2 years count in how you view someone. Like,
I'm saying, but like Klopp's a great manager for us. But last 2 years, he's not been that good. I'll be real. He's not been good enough.
But no one was saying that. That's the point. Nobody said that. No one.
Bro, we lost money and we died.
Hey, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but that wasn't
we lost money and we
only because
died.
of money.
Hey, what words have you banned from the channel, bro? I'm seeing comments I might have to hide or show, bro. What's going
What? Nah, that's just automatic because it is why someone said some wildish. Let me check.
No, I ain't even wild. Man just said, didn't you this Klopp, you fraud? And then the other one is bullshit, bro. I don't know if those are bad words.
The YouTube algorithm, that's what it'll be. Because they automatically hold swear words and stuff like that automatically. But yeah, you lot keep it clean in the chat. But big up, man. It's good to see. And then thought I'd say this. Liverpool Abby's in the chat.
Still, bro.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you lot. Just make sure you lot are here consistently. That's all. But yeah, shout out to you lot. So
we got to win games and speak about those things, bro. We ain't got time to speak about knockdowns.
Go through. Yeah, you can have 9 players on the bench.
I mean during this show because this is when the head praise you lot.
The bench.
9
players on the bench. Yeah, we're on the bench.
There we go.
I don't
even.
This guy's such a crook, you know.
From the bench, because
goalkeeper's going to be Raya straight away. So that's already one.
No, all right. Look. We don't necessarily have to do like a placement with Raya on the bench. Oh, we don't have to do like we do the starting 11. The only thing that we now need to do with the bench is just list our bench versus their bench. You get what I say? So you saying you were constructing a full team, right? But Raya at this point in time, fine. I'm talking, okay, as a starting 11, you are this. When it's time to go to your bench to win a game, when it's time to go to your bench to change a game, when it's time to go to the bench to actually rotate players because you're playing in the Champions League and you're playing in the two clubs and the Premier League, what is the result?
But I said that they had a better starting 11. I never...
But this is the comparison I'm trying to draw here is I think Arsenal has overachieved with the achievements they've had.
No, when we've done this breakdown,
and I think that has to do as much as I don't want to give Arteta any credit at all. I think it has to do with his play style and how he's constructed the team. Because if you have managed to keep your entire 11 fit while playing 4, well, technically, him drop out at 2 early and then, but while playing so much football throughout the year, international breaks and so on and so forth, the only injury they had like really was Timber at the first, and then Rice went out for a couple weeks. But essentially, not many. You get what I say? Injuries. And number one, that's because they let the ball do the work. They don't do all of this running up and down. He uses his tactical players instead of using people because they're fit. Because it's like people can move faster than the ball in it. And because of that, also the dip in standard of the leagues to a large extent has facilitated that him having the progress that he's had. What I'm then saying now is, which is what I've been saying almost since the first day, even from the flipping call-in shows, was we need, bro, I can't tell you how many weeks I've been watching us play for so flipping long. There are so many weekends I've sat in this very fucking chair and I've just cursed and I've cursed because we just don't play good football. It was effective football. So you see, for instance, a lot of players are shit players, but people call them effective.
Yeah,
that's true.
But if they were good players, if they were good, effective players, they'd be world class.
Yeah, I agree.
But the reason some shit players can be effective is because they don't have a lot of strengths from a technical perspective. But the manager has realized that this guy has a lot of pace, and he constructs the team in a way to help that player use his pace to affect the game. So they say it's effective. Like Doku, when Grealish plays on the left, he has different instructions to Doku. Why? Because Doku cannot do what Grealish does. People say, oh, so why Doku always take on his man and Grealish doesn't take on his man? Because Doku cannot do anything else but take on his man.
Yeah.
You cannot put Doku on the pitch and say play like Grealish. He cannot do it. This man's a straight line runner. Just push and run like Martinelli. You get what I say? But at some point in time, teams catch up to you. And the whole league has caught up to us a long time ago, especially when we never had the players to excel in the system that we had under Klopp. You get me? So, and he made a few alterations trying the strength inverted thing and blah, blah, blah. But bro, essentially he was just being forced to do things that he never wanted to do anyways. So fine, all right, Klopp's gone, now we have Slot. And we're actually trying to play a style of football that is not only possession based. I think he consistently makes changes and alterations based on the team that he's playing against. He analyzes the teams. That is why you'll see us in different phases of play do different things. So we'll go long now, and then we'll go short the next time, and then we'll play it into Gravenberch depending on the space you have, and Gravenberch will turn. But sometimes he won't turn; he'll just collect it and pass it off. And we do a multitude of things, trying to beat teams. Before, I used to watch every game that a team played a low block against us and worry that we might draw the game. Profusely. I'd worry profusely. Why? Because I could not see us breaking the lines because they were we never had the tactical setup to break down teams that just park the bus. And then we'd probably get a late goal. Salah might do a little mad thing and then get us over the line. But it was not enough to bring us to the promised land or even have us challenging effectively enough for the promised land. You get me? Because if you realize how our tactical setup died when Fabinho lost his legs, when we lost man, when so many different things happened to the original squad, and then we just never had those type of players. Bro, Fabinho needed replacing when he was there. We still haven't replaced him. Mane, to some extent, we have replaced him, but Mane got so good that he became irreplaceable, to be honest with you. Because if people remember, when Mane just landed here, he was very frustrating, for me at least. And then over a period of time, man just got better and better and better. And then in the last season, him did kind of drop off a little bit. But it's very understandable. There's so many leagues. I've said this before. There's so many leagues. We've lost the league and Champions League just because these men are going to flipping Afghan Cup of Nations, blood.
No, I hear you on that. Nah, fully. Big up Steve in the chat. Big up everyone that is locked in. We are going to close out very shortly, but shouts to all of you lot. Again, subscribe to G's channel. Subscribe to
endless.
This guy.
Endless amount of time.
This guy, we do have, but we've been here almost 2.5 hours. We ain't closing out just yet. Lex, you'll have ample time to get whatever you want off your chest. Let me ask Ryan, and then we'll go back to you, man. But subscribe to G's channel, subscribe to Enz's channel. Both links are in the title, please, people. Ryan, you there, fam? What are you saying? Yeah. Same question to you that obviously I asked the other panelists as well. Are you the second best team in the league, closest to City, and can you topple Manchester City?
The first part, I think, it's hard to say. I think potentially we may be the second best team, but you'd have to see. It's only been 3 games. You'd have to see how things progress, and have to see more at the end of the day. Because I think is why I say is I'm still not really convinced with Arsenal. I didn't rate their transfer window. I don't think they really addressed what they needed to do, and I actually think in certain areas of their team they're quite weak in depth. Like their midfield, they've got midfielders, but to be honest with you, like Partey's lost his legs. He's not that good anymore. Marino, for me, I think Marino's average. I think Mikel Marino is just average, to be honest with you. And if you take Odegaard out of that midfield, let's say he gets injured or something, they haven't got another midfielder who can create like anywhere near the level of Odegaard. You look at all the rest of the DMs, bro. Rice, Jorginho, Partey, Marino, like they're all defensive players, really. Not like an Odegaard. So I think in certain areas. Havertz in midfield.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the same impact as the link up that Odegaard has with Saka as well.
They told me silky German, man. But as you
I think that's the thing with Arsenal. I think in certain positions they're in terms of their squad they're lacking, but still a very good team. But that's why I think potentially we can be better than them this season. But like I said, need more time to see. But no, I don't think we've got a chance of toppling City. First of all, City just look too good. They just look too good. I mean, they won the league last season and they're better than last season. They actually improved. So I just don't think there's any hope there. I think the issue is the depth in certain. But there's 2 points that I think why we can't win it. For me, Van Dijk is one because it's the depth thing. That's the thing. Van Dijk is 33. You can't keep overplaying this guy. I remember the season we almost won the quadruple a couple of years ago. 3 years ago now. He got overplayed massively that season in Prem and Champions League. Massively got overplayed. He ended up getting injured towards the end of that season. He got a hamstring injury or something like that. And the next season, he wasn't as good. And I remember he got injured for a few weeks in the middle of the season. He got a bad hamstring injury, I remember. Like, I think Van Dijk, when he plays this season, will be fantastic. He's already started the season brilliantly. But I just worry that you can't play him every single week. You're going to need to give him rest. And I just worry an injury might be coming for him because of how much game time he's had. And if he gets injured, I really worry for our defense because for me, he's the one. For me, he's our best and most important player, and has been for years, in my opinion. He's always been our best and most important player. If you take Van Dijk out of our team, we struggle. If you look at last season, right, Flawless, look at last season. Alisson got injured, Salah got injured, Trent got injured. Yeah. That's 3 of our world-class players.
True.
We managed to stay in a title race and still get results. Why? Because Virgil van Dijk stayed in the team. He didn't get injured. He was the one constant. And we were still getting results because of him, really. He was the main reason, in my opinion. We cannot afford to get that man injured.
As well. Yeah, he's a big.
And in my opinion, if you get him injured,
now, do you not think the difference in style will force him not to be overworked?
No, I hear you. I think that will 100% help. I just worry that with the amount of football he's played, coupled with his age, I just feel like he's
not 40 or 50.
It's just too risky to play him. I just think he'll need his rest at some point when you got Champions League and 2 games a week, extra games as well. Yeah. I just think you're right.
I don't think he'll be overplayed. I think he'll be rotated to an extent to keep him fit.
He won't play the cup. I don't think he'll play the FA Cup, League Cup. But I just worry, when you got the Champions League and 2 games, it's not Europa League like last season.
That's best players, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it was not like Europa League last season, where in the Europa League group stage, it was so easy for us. You could rotate him then. We were rotating him then. You can't do that with Champions League now, especially, and you got extra games as well. Remember,
you shouldn't though. If you're the best in the world, you play in the big game.
Not just that. Not just that.
I just feel like over the last 2 years he's been overplayed, and I just worry that might just come like.
But he got the injury. Didn't you already said he had the injury?
Not just that. The fact that we don't play basketball, football anymore is good.
And we don't
got injured against Brentford.
At the back, do you know what I mean? We actually defend as a team, so he does less work.
100%, that would be better. But I just worry that if he comes back in the team, especially with, this rest of our centre-back, there's no good centre-backs in Kanate and Kwanzaa, very good centre-backs, but I just worry without Virgil van Dijk, we miss that kind of authoritative leadership and that coolness and calmness at the back. I just feel we'll miss that. But I think the other reason as well is the midfield depth, bro. Like, in terms of number 10, we're fine with Elliott and Szoboszlai. I'm very happy with that as the 2 10s. I'm very happy with that. But it's just the pivot. You got McAllister and Gravenberch, brilliant, fantastic. Gravenberch, you know how much of a big fan I am of him. And they've done very well so far this season. But, bro, they're not going to be able to play every game. And you look at the depth after them. You just wait until we're playing a midfield pivot of Jones and Morton. Jones and Morton. Yeah, that's not going to be good, bro. What, you really going to be confident with that? Jones and Morton.
So it's not depth you're talking about, because depth is the quality you're talking about.
Your quality of depth.
Same difference. It's not the depth. We got depth. We got players there. It's just the quality.
It's the quality.
Every team has the depth. It's just about the quality of the.
Yeah, the quality of the depth. Because if it's useless, if it's not good, it's useless.
Come on,
no, but what you're trying to say, Ryan, is the quality of that depth. It's not to say that we don't have the depth.
The other thing, though, is let's be honest, bro. Like, I'm a massive Gravenberch fan as well, but I'm not going to pretend that we knew he was going to play this well this season.
But he is playing this
No, but that's what I'm saying. But you're knocking other players already, and you haven't seen them play either.
Bro, I already know.
You're already just assuming they're not going to do well in the system.
The thing is, I actually like Curtis Jones, but I have worries about him in this system. I don't think he's a good pivot player.
You have worries about Curtis Jones.
No. Ryan, can we go back to the point?
Are you a madman?
In a double pivot, no. If you watch, he can't receive the ball from deep. He can't do it.
All right.
He can't. I've seen it. He can't receive the ball from deep.
I rate Curtis Jones, but I get his point.
Like a Gravenberch, he can't do it. Tyler Morton, I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. All I know is he was on loan at Hull City last season. He was on loan at Hull City last season. That's
Ryan,
all I know.
Did you rate Curtis Jones at any point last season?
Yeah, I rated Curtis Jones last season, but I just don't think. I just have worries about where he fits in this particular system.
Flawless. You agree with this?
For me, he's not getting in as a 10, and I worry about the pivot. I don't think
his concerns about Curtis Jones. Yeah, I get that. I don't think he's a double. I think he's a good player, but I agree with Ryan. I can't believe him saying that shit. I don't think he's a double pivot player.
The reason why I disagree, Flawless, is
but how we playing the double pivot? That's how I think he can play. It's how
I think what Ryan's saying in regards to you don't want him in that area at all. To be honest.
I think the only way I can see him working in a double pivot.
I wouldn't say that.
If Curtis Jones was to work in a double pivot, he cannot be the man receiving the ball from deep. He cannot be the man receiving the ball from the centre backs. He can't do that. Trust me, he can't
that's
do
why
that.
we have
You'll
McAllister
see
and
it. He can't do
Gravenberch.
that. He can't do it.
He can't do that. No,
can't
I
do
don't
that,
agree.
no.
I don't
He
want.
can't
I
do
don't
that.
100% agree with that.
He can't do it, bro. Trust me. He's good with his ball
I
carrying.
think he has
He's
the
a good ball.
technical
He's a nice
ability
little
to do it.
dribbler. But that's the thing. If he's playing in a double pivot, he cannot be the man receiving the ball from the centre backs from deep. Gravenberch
Benjamin
can.
made a great
Gravenberch
point.
is
Did
great
you
in doing
see?
it because Gravenberch, the way he
But
receives
yeah,
the
for
No,
ball.
but you're
understand it.
basing it off of
No,
the
but it,
preseason games, bro. That's what you're
but
basing.
not
off
just
of it.
that. But not just that. He does not have to do what Gravenberch does.
So you reckon he has to? It's a different role if he plays there.
Yeah, he'd play there. He can receive the ball off the centre back, but he won't be playing like Gravenberch. So, for instance, a lot of our tactical setup, it helps that Gravenberch has excelled in the fact that he can receive the ball and he's press proven.
Yeah,
and I agree that he's more press proven than Curtis Jones. But if Curtis Jones is receiving the ball and there are players based on a possession style of play, there are players close to him that can receive it. So for instance, we can decide, all right, because a lot of the times, here's what we do. A lot of the times we don't go through Gravenberch. A lot of the time it's Van Dijk playing a diag to Salah or playing a diag to Luis Diaz. Huh?
That's just one weapon we have, though. Like Van Dijk can do that. That's a weapon we have, but we also are able to play through Gravenberch.
But it's not all the time teams press us. So in certain games, Curtis Jones could play in that role and look well because you're not being pressed profusely. Like for instance, how other teams would play against us. You get me? So in that situation, I just think he'd have to receive different instructions based on his skill set in order to play in that position. But I'm not saying that he'll be as good, but against lesser opposition, he could just slot in and do a job essentially.
Yeah, I think because
maybe it's
Ryan
lesser
said
opposition,
initially,
maybe. But for me, this links into my point with like this links into my point with the note. If you look at our run around November, like late October, November, bro, I do struggle to see how we get through it. I really do struggle to see how we get through that period, like genuinely.
This is the thing, though,
and that's
like,
where I think,
but this is what I see online a lot, bro. It's like the fan base is just worried all the time, bro.
Yes, because the reason because we're used to being worried playing under Klopp. Because the football was so chaotic, a lot of the games.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I love Arne Slot, bro. I'm loving the way we're playing.
Listen, bro,
I'm literally loving the way we're playing, but I'm also looking to the future, bro. At the moment, we're playing one game a week, and Slot himself said the biggest test is going to come when we have Champions League come in, and we're playing 2 games a week.
Especially with the new format, blood.
The new format.
That new format's kind of sketch, blood.
Because you lot away at AC.
Some of our games, I think we got 4 at home, 4 away, right? But the big ones, they're at home, so it's not.
Yeah, you'll get through. You'll get through that.
No, we'll get through. I'm not even. We'll get through. I just worry that
the away games are the tough
will
ones.
get affected in November.
So what would make you not worry then, Ryan? What would have been the perfect situation?
If we'd have signed Zubimendi, I would have had more confidence because I think then we could have rotated that midfield a lot more easily with actual quality as well. Whether you play Zubimendi or Gravenberch, whether you play Zubimendi or McAllister, we could have rotated a lot more easily with better quality instead of Tyler Morton probably going to have to come in or Endo having to come in. That is not good enough. Do not tell me you're confident with Tyler Morton and Endo coming in and playing against Real Madrid, for example, or playing even away to Newcastle.
Real Madrid every week,
in that
this is what I'm saying. When fans make points,
to the youngster, blood.
Yeah, like bro, you can't make you can't say good at all, bro. Everyone gets an opportunity to play football one day. Sometimes they'll show up, and sometimes.
You know what is with you, man, saying Tyler.
You haven't seen him play, bro.
Liverpool were willing to sell Tyler Morton. Liverpool were willing to sell him. If Liverpool got on a price for Tyler Morton, 20 odd mil, they would have sold him. So what are we doing here? That doesn't exactly show me confidence. He's a player they were willing to sell.
And everyone just said, yeah, bro, run him, man. Let the kid do his thing.
No, they were willing to sell him. It was just the fact that Leverkusen just wanted him on a loan deal.
People knew he was a baller.
Minor difference still.
No, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I don't see anything like special. Everyone's just put him on this pedestal that he's just up
How
there.
we got this to Manu now? We're talking
He's got
about
No, because you're talking about you don't rate the kid, bro. I'm saying teams throw people in. We would not have met
Liverpool
Trent.
didn't rate
Trent
him.
wouldn't have had
Liverpool
Trent
didn't
wouldn't
rate
be
him. They
Trent if he
wanted to
didn't
sell
play,
him.
bro.
But yeah,
Trent wouldn't be
The
Trent
only
if
reason
Trent
we
didn't
didn't
play.
sell him is because
we
Leverkusen only
arguing
offered to
saying
take him on loan.
because Ryan's saying he don't think he's good enough, and you're saying
Yeah, but he has nothing to
Bro,
say
my
why he's not
club
good
doesn't
enough.
think he's good
Yeah.
enough.
Why
Yeah,
don't you think he's good enough?
My club doesn't think he's good enough. They wanted
No,
to
no, no,
sell
no.
him.
Why don't you think he's good enough? Because
All
you're
right,
the
you know
one
when he
wanting
was
him.
actually playing for us at times a couple of years ago, I didn't think he was good enough. No, I didn't think he was good enough when he was
When
playing
did
for
you
us.
see him play? In the preseason game?
When he was coming in and playing for us a few years,
So
about
2
in
years
the
ago.
quadruple
Now
changing
he's
season.
had man's football for a year, and he played in the championship
Played
and
at
did
Hull
well.
City, yeah, calm
It's
innit?
crazy though.
You man want to do the you man want to do the Carvalho thing
Mad.
again, cool.
You take the piss ends, man. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you say,
I
oh,
don't
this
take
is
the
okay,
piss, bro.
Mano.
That when people say stuff and don't have no
Bro,
substance.
yeah, I'll turn back on that. I'll turn back.
No. I'm not talking about your ride. I'm talking about your Mano shots. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Taking, yeah, that's why you smiling. Dickhead, yo. This guy's up.
Nah, you might can throw your player in, but we can't throw our ballers in. All right, I hear it.
Proper Egypt, you know?
When we throw our players in, man, them are worried, bro. Panicking. I hear it.
Yeah, because I can't even say that. Yeah, I hear you.
Everyone else can throw their young players.
Yeah,
in
most of ours ain't that good. Malo's one of the few. Don't get misunderstood. The rest of our ballers, actually, now you rate our because you just said we sold our best player and he came through Carrington. You just sold him to Napoli.
Listen, listen. Your manager, right? Your manager has seen Mano beat players and curl it top bins and keep playing this guy in the six. Like,
play him in the back because he can't. You know why that is, Lex?
Keep him there, bro.
You can't drop.
Bro, listen, bro. I'd play flipping Mino left wing. I'd literally play him there.
Oh, Flores, can I make one more point?
Just
actually?
inverted left wing.
People are forgetting, right?
But our manager won't even try that. If he did that, I'd be like, at least you're trying something to go show that it's not working, but he won't even do it. He won't even try things.
That's just Sancho.
We shout about we play Real Madrid.
I can't wait for what Sancho play for Chelsea. Oh my days!
You can imagine we play Real Madrid once, maybe. Yeah.
Now you play them once,
and we play Man City twice, and if we draw them, and we always measure our team against just them two teams in those particular games. Like we don't play other games
because they're the bar. Unfortunately,
we don't play them every game.
Flawless, but flawless.
The talent ain't exactly like their talent. Every team in the Premier League, it doesn't have the standards of players that they do.
Yeah. Flawless, can I make
you can't just use them and say that's why I don't rate these man.
No, because it's squad. We're talking about squad players, so these man can literally come in against a Southampton and thing and just rest at this ball. You get me? It's not like we're talking about the starting lineup.
I wish I was confident about my squad players against Southampton. I don't trust my fucking first 11. Go all right. What are you gonna say,
bro?
You know what people forget,
you don't trust your manager. That's where the breakdown of trust is. It's the manager.
We could have everyone fully shared. I'm like, yo, I don't even know about this game. I ain't even sure. Go all right, man.
People forgetting, right? People forgetting one important point as well.
Southampton, you know.
You're laughing. It's even worse.
Yo, because you know what? It's the realization of stuff.
If the man not laughing, I'm gonna cry, blood.
It's true.
It's just the realization when Lex said that, and I was like, "Yo, I don't even trust my first 11 at Southampton. Never mind squad players and that. I don't trust you." Anyways, we move. Go on, Ryan. Go
on. People forgetting the fact that we have our three best world-class outfield players out of contract at the end of the season.
What's that got to do with
bro? We are worried about
I'll tell you what it has.
Oh my days, brother! We always did have that, and then them eventually sign. And so what if them not sign? We just get somebody else.
I'll tell you why. The longer this goes on without them signing the contract, the longer this goes on into the season without them signing contracts, that creates unrest. Because imagine the other players in the team are looking at it thinking,
so you don't think
three best players, one best outfield players, they could be going at the end of the season. You imagine their performances? They could be talking to other clubs from January. You don't think that's going to create disruption?
One game at a time,
you don't think that's going to create disruption, Carmen?
Ryan, can I not ask you a simple question? You just shouted out Virgil about him being important. You're not thinking he's professional enough to play out the season, whether or not. I'm not doubting
their professionalism.
Then what's your point then, bro? There's no point of speaking about this, bro. You're saying it was an important point.
I'm saying that plays on players' minds in terms of the rest of the dressing room. Imagine you're in the dressing room. Imagine you're a Szoboszlai, for example, and you're thinking, oh, you know, our three of our best players, world-class players, all of them could be going at the end of the season. Because that's going to create unrest and
the man
stuff,
are going to go,
that's
you know what, scrap that. I need to worry about Virgil's contract.
The longer this goes on without them
so we're moving to teams in the Premier League, and the man are going to say, "No, scrap that, bro. I don't want to play because Virgil ain't got a new deal."
Hey, Manuel, I know you ain't watching because you're starting right now in South America. I don't know who you're playing. Hey, South Coast, we need you, man. 14th of September, make sure you're there nice and early.
Yes, bro. Listen, you
are needed.
Listen. Let me tell you right now, you don't even need Prime Messi right now. You don't need nobody. Cruyff can't help you. Hullit can't help you. Pele can't help you. Prime Ronaldinho can't help you until you get rid of this fucking manager. That's all I have to say. Because, bro, listen, if him did have Ronaldinho, he would have put him play as an inverted left back.
Yeah, he would do some dumb shit.
He would have do some dumb shit like that.
But hey, this is what's it called? Go to my next message. Fabrizio is cheeky. I've started together. We're going to end on this. So Manuel Ugarte starts for Uruguay tonight in his first official appearance of the new season because he didn't play any preseason games, people. Manuel hasn't played in the season so far. He needs to build his fitness. It can take weeks, maybe months. Eric Ten Hag said 1 week ago. Even Fabrizio cracking
the man.
Even Fabrizio and Romano even like that.
Absolute liar, blood.
Yeah, it's out.
So full of shit, bro.
It is. But you lot, we're free short of 100 likes. So get us up to 100 likes, please. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. Again, subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Follow the Sarcasm City TV playback. And just as important, subscribe to Enz's channel. Subscribe to G's channel. Both links are in the title right now. Click the links. Whether you're watching this live right now, watching this back after the live, click the links in the title. Subscribe to both of the man named G. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up over the international break, anything else you want to mention in regards to your channel and the work.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Big up everybody on the Panama. It's been a funny United therapy session. As Florida said, man, GTV FC, man. You'll find me there. Obviously got England games, so I'll just be covering those previews, reactions to those, and yeah, man, just head on over to GTV, man. So we've got some good stuff, some fun stuff to talk about. I've got something coming tomorrow before the England game. So yeah, you'll find me there.
GTV, links in the title. Same to this joke man ends. Let them know where they can find you, this guy is.
Nah, man. Listen, if you guys want to come over, man, and chill, man, and not panicking and worried about the rotation and all that stuff, come over, man, and let's
just the tranquilo and just have people just calm down and just relax.
Yeah, we need to chill out, man. Saying that we're panicking in there every time with Virgil and them, man, they get injured, bro. We've been through them seasons, bro. We've been through, as a Liverpool fan, we've been through a lot already. There's nothing more that they can show us, bro. They even tried to cancel our season when we was battering everyone in the league. They tried to cancel that to get and say we couldn't get the championship. We had to finish it with behind closed doors. We've seen Virgil we've seen the whole back line get injured and midfielders have to go at the back, and then the midfielders get injured. We've seen that. We've seen our front line, miss chances and gets injured. We've seen our goalkeeper get in. Bro, we've seen enough, man. We're good, man. We're good.
We're chilling, dog. Well, at least we get to see good football right now, innit?
That I will say. That I definitely will say.
Oh yeah, this is the best football team that's playing years, 100%.
Just come across and let's just vibe, man.
And it's so good that we have a Dutch manager that when we did the research, he actually played that football.
Wow.
Crazy that he kept him.
Not buying players and not suiting
because we haven't even all we bought is Chiesa and he's not even playing, and we are playing slot ball. Ten Hag came in and it's like, oh, I cannot play this. Bro, I just think Ten Hag never wanted to play Ajax ball in the first place.
We didn't do that.
Ten Hag just never had a choice but to play Ajax ball.
No, it's because people looked at it in regards to Ten Hag, because people always remember the side that went to the semi-final. It was De Ligt, Van de Beek, all that. Look at the second side he built. Looks very much like this one. The one where he had, who was in that side? I think Gravenberch was in there. I think Alvarez was in there.
You know what's funny?
There's a few others. That Ajax side looks very much like this. So in regards to us playing, obviously the system was much more effective, but the idea was the same. Look at that team.
Yeah.
That team wasn't Ajax.
And it's so everything about it's so rubbish. And I don't know. Like
Man said everything about it is just.
I thought I fired shots, bro.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
Yeah, you do fire shots.
No, but big man thing. Like just from a concerning perspective, man, not even chatting shit right now. Yeah, serious. No, big man thing. Like, think about it. What does Manchester United consistently do well as a team?
Make the news. That's what we do.
As a team on the football field.
Either, bro.
Nah, we're always a new story. We do that consistently.
I don't really see you guys like that.
And it's so glaringly obvious.
You know how many emergency meetings you see when we lose?
That's consistent. No. But his questions about your team, the consistency of
we just
emergency meetings.
Ryan love every time. We just consistently inconsistent. That's what we are. We are consistently inconsistent.
I will agree with that.
No, man, you're consistent. I didn't tell you. You are consistent at something.
We ain't consistent at nothing.
No, yeah, you're consistently shit, blood.
Yeah. We awful.
That's wild.
So remind me again, I forgot where you man are in the table.
Oh, is it?
Recap. Geez. No, you have to recap before we head out, bro.
We're 14th, sir.
But you have to recap before we head out.
2 points from relegation. Now all of a sudden you want to do mediation. Yeah, you can do it. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
No, we have to recap the show. Recap the show, bro.
You can see us out, man. You know all this.
Listen, Man United right now, 14 -3 on goal difference, 2 losses, 1 just about win. Ten Hag.
Don't do that. This guy just that.
Ten Hag at the wheel, man. The man didn't say,
listen. You know what you need to do flawless?
Yo, we
need to buy a dog name and win.
Yo, I just need peace. But hey, we move. Hey, Sheik, good to see you in the chat. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Sheik's TV.
Violence in the chat.
Subscribe again to N. Subscribe to G. Also, you lot know the vibes. Run up the likes, though. Hit the subscribe button as well. What we got coming up tomorrow?
We still 3 away from the 100.
1 sec. Let me see. Oh, now we hit over the 100 now.
103. I thought Diaz and Salah needed to help out. That's all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they can help you lot out in your title charge. But yeah, people, 104 now. But yeah, you would have got that extra point. Hey, you would have won that league. But yeah, big up to everyone that has locked in. Hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell also. Sure. Hey, I've been here almost 3 hours. What, who me? He's just been here getting shot for nearly 3 hours. And I'm the bad guy.
But bro, are your club a shooty? I know we. Are your club a give with the ammo?
Nah, it is, but I'm there not here. You know what I'm saying? I shoot at them.
You use ammo will not even exist no more. You fire them shots the long time, brother.
Nah, man, it's a rock, man. I brought a rock.
You're not to refire them, innit?
There's nothing to fire. I threw a rock. I threw the rock, man. I brought a rock to a gunfight. I threw the rock. We move. But yeah, as I was saying, people, yes, Warrior J mentioned it in the chat. For those that don't know, NFL watch-alongs will now be going down all season long on the Sarcasm City TV playback. People.
You Augustin don't watch NFL?
I don't watch NFL.
Okay, man.
So NFL people watch-alongs all season long live, not here on the YouTube. Get over to the playback. The first one is 1:15 a.m. UK time, which I believe is 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 5:15 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, people, make sure you get over there. It's the Packers versus the Eagles. So yeah, it's the Packers versus the Eagles. Steve will be holding it down.
Read the English language. You don't know what the hell is Packers versus Eagles.
Yeah, man, Philadelphia Eagles versus Green Bay Packers. There we go.
Read it, blood.
There we go. But hey, you can learn, man.
Congratulations.
I'm learning, man. I'm broadening my horizons, even though I don't watch NFL.
Who are the quarterback?
NFL watch along. Jalen Hurts and is it Jordan Love? They're the two.
Yeah, look on screen, man.
How that part on screen?
I'll get the NFL handbook, blood.
I told you, man. I be doing my research, man. I be doing all jokes aside and all that. You know why I know? Because the thumbnail. That's why. That's what the thumbnail.
Exactly, man. Tell you.
Yeah. Of course, I'll be honest. But yes, NFL watch-alongs all season long on the playback. There's one tonight, like I said, Packers versus Eagles, and then there's one tomorrow. No, and then there's 2 on Sunday, actually, people. But all of this is on the playback schedule anyway. I'll also be doing the Ireland versus England watch-along, and in about 5 to 10 minutes before the NFL game, we'll also be doing we'll also be running pro clubs as well, people. So we'll be on pro clubs.
I play pro clubs right now.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna run up on pro clubs for a little bit, but yeah, big up to everyone that's locked in. Great show. Let me see who's actually live. I know someone's live. Let me see who's live to redirect to after nearly being here.
Another emergency meeting.
Yeah, emergency meetings. I don't even know why they're emergencies anymore. They're just meetings.
Yeah, bro, we'll talk. Like this ain't
who are the emergency meeting?
Everyone when Manchester United losing. Oh yeah, you know what? Vater's live. So we're gonna redirect to my guy Vater, people. Big up to Stephen as well. Says Flybird, Gang AZ, big up on the NFL content and work rate. Yeah, people. Like I say, NFL. So we adding more. Like I know Canelo. I think Canelo's fighting Balanga next weekend, so there'll be a watch along for that. The Gang also doing UFC, so we're gonna keep the shows rolling. Just keep a lookout on all the socials. Keep a lookout on the YouTube community page as well. But this has been the Manchester United Liverpool show, Man United pod, analysis at Anfield pod, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.